the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we say fuck this piece shit and grab them clappers? How long before we lose our voices shouting Black Lives Matter? How long we gon' keep letting them disrespect our president? How long we gon' keep letting them terrorize our residents? I'm sick of this shit, it's word to Bernie Mac. How long before we police ourselves, take our own streets back? How long for Uncle Tom here and hate on this shit? How long before they take a shot at me for making this shit? How long I gotta wait for justice for Josiah Shaw? How long we gotta fake it till we can take it and whack 'em all? How long we not gonna make these youngers pull their pants up? How long we gon' keep letting them shoot us down with our hands up? How long we gon' keep killing our own and making these streets hot? How long will what I say to you stay with you when the beat stop? How long's your attention span? How long you watch the news? You ain't down to shake shit up with the rebels for the cause? I ain't talking to you.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling today? We are having some fun, and you see what time it is. You see where we at. We are in Kellz Corner, baby. It is time to do some things and it's time to have some fun out here in Wang Chung on y'all. Tonight, we're going to have some fun tonight. Yes, we are. So, let's get into the particulars of it, man. Let's not even hold back. Let's do it. All right. Shout out to everybody who hit so far.
It's okay, cause God gave me a voice and I'm gonna sing anything in my heart. Yeah. Oh, I just wanna say hello tonight. Hello. I just wanna say hello tonight. Hello. And I'm really inspired by all of you. Oh, yeah. All right. God gave me a voice. He did not tell me what to say, but he gave me the voice, so I'ma say anything. Oh, God gave me a voice. God gave me a voice. Did not tell me what to say, so I'm gonna say anything. God gave me a voice to say anything. Somebody help me out. Say anything. Anything. Oh, say anything. Anything. God gave me a voice. God gave me a voice. Yeah, God gave me a voice. God gave me a voice. He gave me a voice. Gave me a voice. I'm singing. Oh, God gave me a voice, so I'ma say anything. Oh, yes, he did.
Hey, y'all, that's crazy, man. That's what's up, man. How y'all doing, man? What is going on this evening? Happy Saturday. Welcome to Provoked Thoughts, man. We getting it in once again. I don't know for how long, I don't know for how short, but we're going to be here, man. We sitting up here in this Kellz Corner tonight, man. We're going to talk about, some R. Kelly things, you know what I'm saying, whether it be trial related, whether it be music related, whether it be, how you feel about it related, what are you going through the 30-year thing. I just came off a Big Vi's channel and we've been, we was chopping it up a little earlier about, his sentencing and how, fair enough, fair was watching a couple of documentaries and things in which he was talking about his plight and some of the things that he did go through, which happened to be, pretty darn interesting, man, when you think about it. To have a pretty much a Ponzi scheme going on, up in the underbelly of your career to try to get money out of you because people know you got it, and they use, a situation in order to, expedite it, and it's crazy because you got people that have done this to this man on a regular basis, man. It's just like you just don't even understand. It's like I hate to know that a man went through this stuff, with all of these people. And, like I said, it's Kellz Corner. You know why? Because we are definitely in Kellz Corner when it comes to all this foolishness. So, I feel like, jumping into some real talk with y'all because, I always had a bone to pick with the Clary family and, how they did things, man, and just how they came into this man's life. And, I've never really given my full-fledged take on Alice Clary and how she literally helped to destroy my man's. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna talk about old Alice, the pimp of the year, Clary, and this lady literally drove her daughter at 17 years old from Florida to South Carolina, just not knowing where she was going to sleep that night in order to be up under this man. This lady right here, it's a terrible scene. It's crazy.
ARY. So prior to Tampa, just recently, the altercation at the concert, how long has it been since you've seen Israel?
I have not seen Israel since graduation day, her graduation day from Freedom High School, which was May of 2016.
What is it like as a mom not being able to see her or contact her?
It's really hard for me because me and Azriel were like really close, like as close can be because she had been pursuing her music career since she was like yay tall, like 5. So we did everything together, and all the time of all the shows and practices and everything. I mean, I've never missed but one show, and that's saying a lot. So I mean, this whole ordeal has been hard for me, but to actually know that your daughter is alive, but then you still can't contact her, or you know what I mean, and it's not by my doing. It's not like I have a personal issue with her or a grudge and I have, you know what I mean, closed that door away. It's been taken from me. It's
Actually, it was your doing because your daughter did let it be known that every time that you called her, you were bickering and asking for money. And if you're constantly bickering and asking for money, why would I, your child, want to constantly get cursed out about money because I'm dating a man or a woman or anybody?
it's just I don't know. It's just devastating.
So for years, you guys very supportive parents. You were trying. I mean, she has a wonderful voice, so you were trying to help her become what she wanted to become, a singer. And you said you mentioned she was on America's Got Talent. She was on all these different shows and auditions. And then R. Kelly comes along, and I'm sure this is like her big break, or so you thought.
Right. So that's exactly how it happened. Azriel, due to circumstances or whatever, we went to the concert.
Circumstances being they claim that she attempted a suicide. From what her father accounts, he came home and found her floating in the bathtub, kind of Whitney Houston style, and had to get her and rush her to the hospital. And they said that the best thing to do to help her was take her to R. Kelly's concert at 17 years old and leave her there with him. Oh God! Oh my goodness! Craziness.
And she loves music. I mean, because of course that's her thing. She's musically inclined, any type of music, not just R&B. She's into classical. I mean, everything, different types of folk music and everything. So, she saw this as an opportunity because she had been trying to get on for so long. Like she researched him and everything. Was like, "Ma, like he is a musical genius," which I won't lie, I won't take that from him. However, you know what I mean? She just saw this as her opportunity, and no matter what, she wanted it.
No, the text messages showed that you, Miss Lady, saw this as an opportunity and you thought that your child wasn't being serious. Yeah, that's yeah, we can dive right in tonight. I don't know. I'm just not playing. We kind of dive right in tonight. So, what's going on, J Rock? What's going on, Lex? How y'all feeling tonight, man? Fellas. So let's see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and see.
So being a typical teenager, typical girl, she's like was rebellious about what she wanted, and she thought this was her perfect opportunity, and she was not going to take no for an answer.
Pop begs to differ. She was more like you literally kind of guided your child all the way through the whole interaction. You before your daughter uttered a word to R. Kelly, you had already sent a myriad of text messages to this man and photos of your child scantily clad in bikinis and all type of stuff to this man. So yeah, let's move along. Let's
So
go.
instead of fighting it, you guys decided if we're here, if we make sure we're with her this whole time, everything's going to be okay.
Correct. We basically had decided that someone in the family would be present, during her travels, and for the most part. And so because he did advise to us that he would definitely mentor her and she would be a mentee, and so we were kind of okay with that. We didn't, I mean, honestly, me back looking at it, when all that took place with what was going on prior years ago with him, and I never really was an R. Kelly fan like that, so I really never kept up with it. So to be honest, I didn't know much about it. I heard
So you mean to tell me that one of the most famous artists in R&B and in history, you are not aware, nor are you familiar with the allegations that is going on with this man? You have no clue. You take your daughter to this man's concert, but you wasn't a fan like that. Wow.
about it, and I asked them about it. And when I went and researched and Googled it, it wasn't much on there at that time.
Lies. There's been plenty of information over the years about everything that R. Kelly went through up until the 2008 case per se. There were articles, there were numerous interviews. Her and her child actually Googled and posted one of his articles and was like, "Is he a monster?" prior to ever meeting him. So they were aware. Moving right along.
Now you can find oodles and tons of stuff, but it wasn't a lot of information about it. It was just that he was found not guilty. So what do you do with that information? You think, okay, maybe it was somebody just out for money. That's what we thought, but now we know that's definitely the furthest from the truth.
We are actually watching a interview just for those who don't know. I'm not saying that people don't know, but in case you don't, we are watching an interview with Alice Clary, mother of Azriel Clary, about 5 years ago, talking about her daughter being allegedly kidnapped by R. Kelly, which we found after numerous investigations in the trial that she was literally handed over like, "Hey, here, here," and she was actually perpetrated as a grown woman when she was not. Ridiculous.
Right. I wish you would have known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So walk me through, I mean, the first couple months with him. I know at first she was 17, but you guys were making sure you were with, and then what happens when she turns 18?
Okay, so basically, Azriel was 17. She had 3 months to go before she would turn 18, and school was getting ready to start. So he basically had advised us, like, okay, well, school's getting ready to start. I'm going on tour. Like I'm going to be starting a new leg of my new tour. And unfortunately, it would be easier if she just go ahead and tour with me so she can see the whole ins and outs of how the music industry really works. How you have to get up and practice and still, find time to do a show, and you got to study, do all this stuff and make music. So he, basically kind of gave her an ultimatum, like, you either gonna go or you're not. That's what it was. And so she looked at us like, I want to do this. And originally I was like, no, you can't do it. I don't care. Not
The lies, man. They was jumping around the house. Oh my God, did he want you to go? And it wasn't that he wanted her to go to experience. Look, if you're gonna come, I'm going here. This is where you need to be. And literally, like I said, this is based on a lie. This is based on a age lie. The woman portrayed herself of being older than what she was, and that's just a fact.
if no one can't be there. No, that's not going to be, And so, she gave us ultimatums of what she would do, and if she was not allowed to go. Of course, being a typical girl, it was other health issues, of course, as well. That
So your child tell you, okay, if you don't let me go, then I'm going to kill myself. I'm still not going to let you go. I mean, what are these people talking about? Like, so your daughter, if you think that your daughter's stable enough to go miles and miles away from you on tour after she threatens to kill herself. So y'all don't go nowhere. They trying to kick me out of my own ish. I don't know what's going on here. This is crazy. Craziness, y'all. I don't know. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. For real, this is fair use, everybody. So don't be trying to play with my content like this. This is not cool. We're reiterating what happened in the past to educate the masses. So basically, man, let's keep it moving.
And in saying that, I would say Lifetime left a lot of that information out, which was pertinent information to the story. But however, they kind of gave us an ultimatum. We know in 3 months she would be 18. So with that being said, we let her go. We agreed to it, but she needed to finish school. So she goes on. We're contacting her. It's no problem, no issues. Like we calling her, we're able to get on the phone, and everything. It seemed like literally a nightmare out of Elm Street because literally soon as she turned 18, it was like communication started dying and dwindling. Not that we lost complete contact, but we started gradually losing contact. The phone calls were like in between. We couldn't get her
We're gonna find out why that happened in a second, y'all.
right away. We had to call him and things of that nature. But she's still doing her schoolwork. She would return our call, but it may be like a day or so later, a few days later, maybe a week. It started getting like that. But then we started getting information from other people saying, hey, this is what's going on. They're contacting us via social media or whatever, and they're anonymous, but they're not really saying this is specifically going on. But hey, you may want to look into this because this is, there may be something here or it may be something there. So,
but it was too late at that point.
At that point, it was too late. She was 18.
Wow. And now, what do you hear are the conditions that she's going through and all these girls?
Well, we've talked to a lot of the girls that have left, even some recent girls that have been there and just recently left. We've talked to them. Some of the previous victims, of course, that was in the movie, we talked to them as well. We had inside contacts that we were talking to that were basically advising us. I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. I don't think everybody can lie about, you know what I mean? But basically, everyone is saying the same thing, that the girls are abused. They sometimes, when they get in trouble, they're not allowed to eat. You know what I mean? They can't leave the rooms. They're locked in rooms. They are sometimes made to stay on the tour bus for 3 days. You know what I mean? They're not able to go to the bathroom and bathe like they should. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
That sounds all absolutely outrageous, man. I mean, come on. Let's keep it all the way real. And nobody, it's been going on for decades. Decades, man. Come on. Sheesh, man, that's crazy. Like you can see, like, look, you can even tell that she lying.
They do not have their phones half the time. They can't get on any social media. They can't like make phone calls. If they walk into a room or whatever, they have to hold their head down. They cannot address any man. Like they can't look at any man. No men are supposed to look at them. It's all kinds of crazy stuff. It seems like it's a dictatorship. Like this man runs every aspect of their life.
I don't know that. I don't know. We'll keep going. I'm sorry. We'll keep going.
That has to be, I mean, just heartbreaking for you. I mean, I just can't
Yeah,
imagine.
it is. I mean, I've been going through it for 4 years, so I've kind of conditioned myself to kind of get past it now. Because at first I used to break down and cry all the time, but I've had to learn how to kind of like, I mean, I didn't heard the story 1,000 different times from 1,000 different people, 1,000 different ways. So.
What is it for you and your husband and your kids trying to just get in contact with her, get to her, and even just get her back?
Man, it's crazy because I have phone numbers and text message phone numbers for her and for him, and it's funny because I still call, and those numbers aren't even like they're not out of service, but like nobody answers or whatever. But I still to this day like call and text those phone numbers like every so often because I'm not sure if one day it may like she may answer and say, "Ma, it's me. Come get me. Like I'm here. I'm there." You know what I mean? So it's
Man, get the heck out of here. These same people that was on Surviving R. Kelly, right? And they was literally throwing pebbles at, if my daughter is in a building, man, I'm not gonna be sitting up here throwing pebbles at a building trying to get my daughter's attention. I'm gonna be trying to tear the building down and get my daughter out of there like the building on fire, man. It just don't make no sense to me, man. That's crazy. But anyway, here we go. Let's go.
It's been really hard for me. I mean, I'm a very emotional person. I mean, me and my daughter were really close and really connected. So it's been very hard for me per se. Everybody in the family, like they know how I'm kind of like I get real raw and it's hard for me to deal with it because I just get really depressed over the whole situation. So a lot of times I have to step back and like just remove myself away from it so that I won't.
Didn't she just say that she was past all of that and now she back in it, man? She don't know, man, what the hell she talking about, bro. That's crazy.
Like, get sick or anything because a lot of times things like stress related, it's a lot of stress related diseases out here and a lot of times that'll bring you to your end. So, and I worry all day long about her. Like I miss her so much. It's like not a day that go by that I'm not thinking or figuring out what I can do. Or
This is the part where she should be breaking down and crying and in tears. Like if your daughter really in all this danger and all of this is really the part when you saying all of this where you should be getting emotional, like for real. Like you should be getting, I just want to say it one more time. But she ain't doing none of that. It's off. The whole demeanor of the situation is just like totally off. Like, what are you even talking about? Yeah, oh, she about to get ready. Yeah, she about to get ready to go ahead and let it go.
what's my next plan of attack? Because we have went to different states. We have traveled to concerts. We have been to the studios and been to his old houses. We've done all that. But people don't know that. Like people don't see that. Lifetime didn't.
Let's go back to where she said that
For
boy.
her and for him. And it's funny because I still call, and those numbers aren't even like they're not out of service, but like nobody answers or whatever. But I still to this day like call and text those phone numbers like every so often because I'm not sure if one day it may like she may answer and say, "Ma, it's me. Come get me. Like I'm here. I'm there." You know what I mean? So it's been really hard for me. I mean, I'm a very emotional person. I mean, me and my daughter were really close and really connected. So it's been very hard for me per se. Everybody in the family like they know how I'm kind of like I get real raw and it's hard for me to deal with it because I just get really depressed over the whole situation. So a lot of times I have to step back and like just remove myself away from it so that I won't like get sick or anything because a lot of times things like stress related, it's a lot of stress related diseases out here and a lot of times that'll bring you to your end. So, and I worry all day long about her. Like I miss her so much. It's like not a day that go by that I'm not thinking or figuring out what I can do or what's my next plan of attack because we have went to different states. We have traveled to concerts. We have been to the studios and been to his old houses. We've done all that. But people don't know that. Like people don't see that. Lifetime didn't leave that in the movie. You know what I mean? So
Uh, what now? I mean, yeah. What do you do now?
Um, well, a lot of the main thing was we as parents, we did when we found out a lot of stuff that was going on and we had information from out of her, from out of the phones and from different friends and stuff that gave us information that a lot of the stuff that had transpired when she was 17, we first went to the police. We did contact Polk County Police. We actually contacted the feds first. And it really was nothing much they could do. So they told us to contact our local agencies.
I mean, so basically, y'all found out that when she was 18, allegedly, what was going on when she was 17, but it's text messages to prove that when she was 17, you was egging her ass on to do the shit that you trying to get the man charged with. a year or so later or whatever, so you allege. Okay. Right. How does she know? How?
So we did. We contacted Polk County Police.
Why wouldn't they do anything?
They basically said, and to be honest, was that she is now not she was a minor then, but now she's not. So she would have to come forward as a victim, and she has to do it. We as parents could not press charges, or we couldn't file any charges against him because she was no longer a minor. Even with everything that we gave to them and that we showed them that we had in our possession that had actually happened when she was 17, they said they couldn't use it. So
Yeah, that was them trying to ruin them after they turned down the dildo business and the light business and the driving business and all of that business and wasn't giving up no money type business and doing everything and doing what they wanted them to do. So this is what, boy, I'm telling you.
with that being said, we then started reaching out to the other victims that were away from him. And we're like, listen, we need you guys to go to the police. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. And that's basically where a lot of, that came into place. But a lot of the victims kind of didn't really want to, they didn't want to, talk to the authorities.
Because they weren't victims. Why you want, what I'm saying? You want everybody to be like you and lie? For real, ain't it with other victims? Are you kidding me? Like I said, you ain't even crying in crucial spots where you need to be shedding tears, man. Get out of here, lady. Get up out the paint with your foolishness and your buffoonery.
What is it gonna? I mean, what is it gonna take to get these girls out of there? I mean, do you think the movie helped?
I really, really do think the movie helped. I think the movie brought a lot of awareness to the situation. It opened a lot of people's eyes because now the facts are there. Like, you know what I mean? The stories are being told. It's not just one person coming out. It's a multiple of females and a multiple of people saying, yes, this is really going on. And it wasn't just people that were victims. It was people in the inside, that worked. So I think the movie was definitely a major head turner, eye opener for everyone to see. Like, yes, there needs to be something done at this point. So I'm just really glad that, like, I really appreciate the fact that Lifetime gave us the opportunity to tell the story and let us use them as a platform to get it out there. I am a little upset that on our end that, what I mean, they didn't put all the pertinent information in our story out. But for me, that doesn't matter. The point is to get my daughter home. So now with all these victims coming forward, then maybe they'll go to the authorities so that will be what will actually work to maybe get R. Kelly, charges brought against him. So in that case, the girls would have to come home because he may be, arrested.
Get him charged so the females ain't got nowhere else to go but home, huh? That's the play. Get him charged so the females ain't got nowhere to go. And it was a movie. Yeah, she just said movie so many times. Yeah, it wasn't no head turner. It was a head dropper.
And my last question, I think, is, he promised her that he was going to help her with her career. I mean, has he done any of that?
No, he didn't do any of that. And that's the biggest part of it all. Like, he did nothing with her music. And she is really talented. Like, she writes songs. She's a songwriter. She has probably over 30, 50 songs with the copyright, US copyrights. Like, she loved writing stories and music, and that's her thing. She can read sheet music, write sheet music. I mean, so he didn't do anything with her talent. And it's crazy because if he would, she probably would have been like the next big thing, you know what I mean? So to continue on his legacy. But unfortunately,
We've been waiting for 5 years for this chick to come out with anything, and I mean anything, resembling a full song. I have not seen anything that resembles a full song from an Azriel Clary come out in 5 years, and she's supposed to be this talented, the next Beyonce or whatever. Where is the music? Where's the beef? The proof is in the pudding, and we ain't got no pudding. Where the pudding at? Where's the pudding? Where is the song?
It seems like he was preying on her from the beginning, and only for one thing, to be, I guess, what they're all saying, a sex slave.
Anything I've missed?
Hmm.
Looking all in the air. You ain't got to look in the air for the truth, but she's looking in the air. I don't get it.
One question.
Sure.
Is hindsight 2020, now that you know what you do know now, as a mother, what would you go back and do differently?
I have one regret, and that was letting her go. My regret is buying those tickets and letting her go.
This always been a killer for me right there. Right there. That's always been the killer for me. Your regret was doing what?
Hmm.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Is hindsight 2020, now that you know what you do know now, as a mother, what would you go back and do differently?
I have one regret, and that was letting her go. My regret is buying those tickets and letting her go, because I feel like that's my fault. I take full responsibility and full action, because
Well, you should be in jail then, sugar.
as a mother, I am supposed to protect my child. But you know what? Everybody make mistakes. So I have to deal with the consequences of my action, but nobody can judge me, only God. So I do know that, with that being said, I would definitely not buy those tickets and not let her go. And whatever would have took place, if she, made accurate on her threats or what she would have done, then I would have had to deal with that. But you know what? In my head, I would have known
I wish you hadn't bought them tickets and let her go.
that I didn't let her go. So that's the one thing.
I feel you. That's one of the biggest regrets. Look at them lion eyes. Them eyes of a liar. They ain't telling the truth about what's going on with her kid. The one that can't cry at all, but yet she's so emotional.
And one other thing, if you were able to speak, so
I was going to say to your daughter.
And your daughter missing you laughing and snickering and all that foolishness. What is that? What is that?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, if you were able to speak to your daughter right now and actually know she was listening, what would you say to her?
Azriel, I miss you so much, man. I love you. And I never gave up hope. I just want you home.
Oh, this the grand speech. If you can tell Azriel anything, what can you tell her? And then now you turn the sprinkler system on because it's time to close with the shebang banging banging and make people feel you. There we go. Go ahead, lady. Watch that face closely. If you got it on your big screen, let's see if a tear fall out that face.
You can't believe nothing he's saying because he's a liar and a manipulator. And he's just using you for his own selfish reasons. And, we love you.
I'm still waiting on tears.
And I'm never going to stop till the day I die. And you can always come home. Nobody would look at you any differently. She had mentioned to my son in a conversation that
she's wiping away nothing.
She didn't want to come home because she felt like
all that excess blinking, trying to make some tears fall, and and she can't get nothing to drop out her face. That's crazy.
Look at her differently, but nobody will ever look at you differently. I just want you to come home because you have to understand you are young and you are being manipulated. And you know what?
I'm still waiting on a tear.
She has to go through what you're going through. That man don't care nothing about you. He does this to 1,000 females all the time.
It's 1,000 of them out there. Good Lord. 1,000. It's thousands. Victims. Jeez. Woo.
And once he finished with them, he get rid of them. So I don't know. And I'm sorry if you feel like I let you down.
Man, where in the heck is the tears, bro? Like, what is up, man? They really allowing this? I'd have been a lady. Get out my face with this. I'd have made her cry. You ain't crying. I got you. Boy. It's so upsetting when you see it. I'm looking for tears, man. Where they at? She been crying fake for about a good 30 seconds.
Oh, but I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna make it up to you.
Like when you drop your head, you're supposed to be leaking. Like literally, if you crying, you drop your head, it's supposed to be nothing but whoop, 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 whoop. Like damn, nothing. She's giving us nothing, and people fell for this.
What I did, and she was really upset, but she had gotten a lot of trouble behind it. And so they were saying that this, that, and other. But the last time we talked to them, they hadn't seen Ezreal for a minute. So they didn't even know, like, he wasn't letting anybody know where she was or nothing. So we don't know where Ezreal is. Nobody knows where she is. Nobody since the concert. Nobody has seen her or heard from her. Any his that we were arguing with and fighting with. I mean, we were cussing. I'm going.
There's 3 angles. I ain't seen a tear. She did all of that craziness, all that faking, and all that no tear. You raggedy lady, you know you ain't shit, and you know you don't care nothing about that daughter of yours unless it's about a bag.
Back and forth. I'm threatening them. I'm doing all kinds. My husband, like you gotta stop doing that. You know what I mean? I'm throwing rocks. I'm banging on the door and everything. And then finally, like we called to do the wellness check. The police that came did not really want to do the wellness check. They BS'd us. They didn't want to do it. So I don't know. I don't know which one is my favorite. I love all her videos. I don't know.
That was a tough question.
I think maybe Jessie J. She really sings on that one. Did you see that one? She really
She's like a performer too.
Yeah, she performs on this one. Yeah, this is my favorite. She tears it up. So I really love this one. And this was her practicing. Right there, as a matter of fact.
Her voice is incredible.
I can mute that because that is absolute garbage to me, if you ask me. I hope. Are they done? Are they done?
So
Nope, they're not done. Oh god. Oh good lord. Whew. Garbage. Stinking up the joint. That's your favorite? Not the song you wrote, "Liar Liar" video?
yeah.
Well, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and stop that right there. But look, man, we've been dealing with liars on my channel for days now. And I can snake you out, man. All of that crying. All of that crying and fake crying and not a drop of tear fall out your face. Crying and laughing at the same time, like my man Lex say, this is on a level of ridiculousness of epic proportions, and I feel like that people have been hoodwinked and hating R. Kelly for no reason at all because of these females that ain't been telling the truth in the booth, man. They have not been telling the truth. Oh man, it's so ridiculous. Need a couple of my people to go ahead and come on in and holler at me real quick and see what's going on, man. See if we can hatch some of this bullshit out. Cause good lord, this lady, I'm gonna get her off my screen. So, not for nothing, man. That's a bunch of horse crap that we was just peddled by this woman when it comes to everything went down. I mean, You got to get me, man. It's like, are you serious? Man? Literally, with the permission slip to back. After he finds out that you are not much attention, he was probably got him caught up, and that's not cool. That's not cool at all, man. What's going on, my guy? How you doing?
What's going on with your unk?
Oh man, just keeping it consistent, man. Keeping this content rolling, sir.
I feel you.
Hope I'm doing right by the masses.
Oh, trust me, you was. Well, I saw you about to stream. I'm like, oh yeah. I gotta hop in. Yeah, I gotta come talk to my unk. Got to.
Oh, yeah. All day long.
Talk about exposing these freaking liars. Exposing liars.
That's what we do. We expose the lies, the liars, the lying.
I swear that freaking interview, man. I'm just sitting here looking at it, just in disgust. Like, you so concerned with your daughter or whatever. When you be crying and whatnot, you like you said, you haven't seen that one tear or so-called trying to cry. Then she's sitting here smiling, looking up in the air. It's like, lady, we really don't expect people with common sense like me and you to believe this. Like, come on now.
So we gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not done with this shit because see, I don't like that shit, man. When your ass get up here, you get the line and try to pin my face.
You must really think we're stupid. We're not.
Pin my face, try to tell me it's lemonade, and we gonna accept that shit?
Hell no. Where you do that at?
So from what y'all claim, that's what happened to y'all. But we ain't gonna have that shit today. We gonna get down to the nitty gritty.
Angelo's quest to recover and reunite.
So we gonna find out what really happened when her mom was trying to call.
Baby right here. He reunited.
This dude, so oh my god.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, sir.
Hey, could you repeat a little bit what you said earlier before D-Man came on? Because you were kind of breaking up.
Oh man, what are we talking about here? Yeah, I covered a lot.
Yeah, you did. Because I was trying to make out because you kept breaking up and you were going kind of in and out.
Oh man, I don't know. It's been something going on with
it's a lot. I understand. I understand if you don't remember at that point. If you want to keep going forward, that's fine. So you go on place. So we may come back across it again. The point that you were trying to talk about.
I don't know. It's like blah blah blah. Alice is a liar.
Basically.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much along those lines. Yeah.
I mean, let's just. Yeah, I mean, if that's where we going, she's a filthy liar. And she has no business. Okay, I see where you actually said I was breaking up. I don't know. It's like they've been. I don't know, since I've been getting a couple people. They've been fucking with me. Huh? Let's see. So y'all remember this scene right here?
I actually don't remember seeing this.
Okay, this scene. Well, this is precedence. Shabazz's thing. And they were in the restaurant. This is actually, she was in this restaurant and literally confessed because Shabazz exposed it on like Instagram or something that she's the one that set up Joycelyn's fake Patreon page. So they were sitting there smashing, and she confessed that in this particular situation where she's sitting next to this goofball looking at her dude.
United with his daughter, and they immediately began to repair a strained father and daughter relationship. Azriel, at the time, seemed to still hold on to a resentment built on everything she had just gone through.
I think we still have to address the elephant in the room. We haven't really taken that time, to do so.
It's not about what the world thought it was about. It was about me getting relationships with my daughter, getting the understanding that she was good. Through all the back and forward, the talk, the media, everything, you got painted a picture. So what I needed was confirmation from my daughter.
Yeah, you get that Gerald Griggs narrative. That's what you get. And that's why y'all was panicking and calling your daughter talking crazy when everything was cool. Y'all was straight, but y'all let some other motherfucker fuck with y'all understanding and put y'all in a trick bag, pretty much. And then you had to come out when you really didn't want to, because once they found out your daughter's name, they was gonna come for you anyway. And you really didn't want them to know about them dicks you was trying to sell. So let's keep it moving.
I understand that, and I respect that completely. But I feel like for me, where it was so hard for me and why I continue to not have communication with my family is because this Lifetime documentary stuff just happened within the last 2 years. And then out of nowhere, these last 2 years, you hear, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, that is happening. I just feel like, how can you be oblivious to the years that I was okay and just snap, oh my God, I didn't even know where my daughter's at. She's this, she's that.
Right. They let that crackhead, what's her name? And doggone Tim Savage get up on that podium and shit. What's her name? Asante McGee got up there and scared the shit out of y'all and said that, oh, they being held hostage, they chained into the basement and all that bullshit. So yeah, that scared the shit out your asses, and then next thing you know, y'all call it, where you at? What's going on? And shit, I heard he got a harem of female.
Oh man.
Because the media made him spaz out. Straight, I mean, you kind of, I still feel like that you ain't shit for citing your kid out, okay?
Literally.
But if you cite your damn kid out, now you scared because the media, there was some bullshit that came out because you got old goofball Savage got shitty because he wasn't getting no paper and they brought you out. It seems like to me that Azriel was controlling things anyway, so whether you got some money or not was on her whim, and you was lucky if you did, she cuss your ass out. That's what it looks like to me. We'll find that out a little bit deeper into the conversation here that she's having with her father. So let's keep it moving.
That I need to make sure she's okay. Like, I've been okay for 3 years prior. That's where I drew my line, because at that point I was an adult, and at that point I felt like I was okay. So to believe something like that, so extreme, so bizarre, so outrageous, I just couldn't even fathom my parents believing something as bizarre as that. I just really couldn't.
And that's fair. But what you gotta understand is,
and they get fucked over by the media. And then Michael Avenatti came knocking on their door. Oh shit, they got brainwashed too. Fucked them up. Shit, for real. I mean, I can see. Look, I mean, I'm not saying that it's right, but I can see a set of parents that already done did some bullshit, panicking when it looked like the shit is hitting the fan on some other shit. Like, for real, I can see it. I really couldn't. I always thought that. I'm like, a few of these parents wasn't so eager to be out here, but then when you get a Michael Avenatti, Mr. Extortionist himself, they'd say, if I found out you involved, you might as well join up with us now, because if we find out that you involved, everybody's going down. That's how I feel like Michael Avenatti is. I'm just speculating,
but I believe it. I truly believe he probably is like that.
All right, so here we go. Let's keep it moving. Say, this is Kellz Corner on a Saturday night, as you can see.
We haven't talked to you after 16. That's when you graduate.
So people been under the misconception with this. He said when she was 16, they hadn't talked. 2016, okay, 2016.
That's when things went blank.
It didn't go blank, but communication slowed down, because at that point I was an adult.
Exactly. It was never no black communication. I could show you text messages over and over.
But that's to him.
To him, to your phones, to everybody's phone.
And I would
To
call
every-
you guys.
No, I have received on an Apple. I don't have an Apple phone too.
I would call you guys. Don't paint no picture. Like, I have not talked to you guys in over a year because I would call you guys 4 or 5 months at a time. And when I would call you guys would be yelling. You guys would be cursing me out. Mommy would be yelling at the top of her lungs.
I don't have
And
none.
so what I would do, I'd say, okay, I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 months.
Listen,
And then hopefully you just miss me so much that you just want to talk to me and your arms are open. And eventually it got to that. Unfortunately, it took a little bit longer than I anticipated.
as a parent, guess what? If you did for 4 or 5 months and we didn't hear from you, how do we know?
Oh man, that shit crazy, ain't it, man? It's like
ridiculous, man.
Wait a minute now. Didn't these same people turn around and said, well, what Alice said, talk about, well, they weren't allowed to have phones. They couldn't call nobody. She just said she had her phone and then you got text messages and y'all be calling and cursing. So how would she know y'all call her cussing and everything else if R. Kelly wouldn't allow them to have phones?
right.
It makes sense. Make it make sense.
It's convoluted logic, bro. It's crazy.
Literally.
No. So
Okay,
it's
let
not
me ask you this. Before graduation, I was not even checking in every day then.
Yeah,
I
well,
was
as I talk to you
not.
about, you'll be like, Dad, I'm busy. I'll call you back. It was no more. You wasn't talking, but you was texting. And if you're free, you'll call me. Hey, Dad, what you doing?
But I didn't do it every day. Now, don't paint no
We
picture
didn't-
like
we
I do
didn't say
every
every
day.
day.
Now, maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks or so.
Damn shit, like she about to slap shit out of him, doesn't she? Damn.
He
Running
supposed to be
the
a father,
show.
though.
Running the
He
show,
supposed to
that's
be a
supposed to be your damn daddy, though.
I didn't have to call you every day.
Like,
I
wow.
talked
Okay,
to you
so why,
regularly.
when I become 18, 19, 20, 21, I got to check in with y'all every day?
Where do you get that from?
Your wife. This is what you don't understand.
What?
Your wife called me, my mother, saying, oh, there's a lot of rumors going around. I need you to call me every single day. I need to hear your voice every day. I need you to check in with me every day. I said, first of all, I haven't been doing that for these first couple years. So now that I'm an adult, I'm definitely.
You can tell, you see how that shit keep on coming back? About the first couple years it wasn't nobody tripping. You see how it keep on coming back?
Yep.
She keep on saying it, so you know that shit true. Well, y'all wasn't tripping the first couple years, which is 2015, 2016. But when Tim Savage, Goof Ass, and Ashanti came out there off her fresh crack binge, then y'all motherfuckers wanted to get fucking spooked. And that's when y'all started calling and all type of shit. Y'all wasn't trying to go to the news. Like I said, Michael Avenatti knocked on your fucking door. Because ain't no way in the hell y'all had his number. How about it? People big like Michael Avenatti was, they find you. You don't find them.
That's facts.
Yep, that is true. Oh, yeah. Guilty as hell. You ain't lying, Lexington. You ain't lying.
Just keep it moving real quick.
With you every day, and that's what started it all because of her pride and my pride.
So what
and
did that have to do with me?
You're attached to her. That's your wife. That's your wife.
So I became the enemy, but you're the feud.
Because when I would talk to you, you would be young too.
Because if you saying your beef was with your mother, then you said, oh,
I feel like it was with both of you guys because, like I said, both you and her, when I would call, it was nothing but arguments.
I was never present with you on your
No.
I was.
You see that shit? Arguing and bickering and bullshitting and asking for money and all type of crazy ass shit.
They know.
The shit is crazy. It's crazy, and she in complete control.
He's supposed to be a father, though.
That's why I never knew when you and your mother talked. What I did was found out when your mother told me she talked to you and y'all argued or whatever, and I would call you. And you would have that same attitude you want her left with towards me.
Yes, I would.
Okay, but I didn't have anything to do with that. So therefore, give me a chance to pick what side I'm gonna be on, who's right and wrong. You came at me aggressive because of you and her.
This is not it, because I know your wife confides in you, and I know she's gonna explain it to you.
You know what? And it's crazy, man, because look, she ain't even calling that woman her mama. That's your wife.
Yep, you sure did.
So it's beef beyond measure. Because what probably happened, the reason why there probably is beef is because Azriel probably didn't know shit about them fucking text messages that her mama sent to R. Kelly.
Nope. I doubt it.
And when she found out, your mom, that's your wife. Shit, hey, look, it's a lot of ways beef can pop up. She set her up. She said she found out the setup. It's so crazy, man. It's amazing when you kind of go back and peel over this shit again. It's like,
oh wow.
It's like you pick up other shit. You pick up more stuff than what you saw before.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors.
Finds in you, and I know she's gonna explain it to you.
Exactly, but she's not gonna give me everything, evidently, because
so as you can see, the elephant still needs to.
Look at Azriel. Then look at how she had been eating good. She cheeks all full. Man, you look at her now, boy. Look like what happened when crack take over.
But that's the thing.
Which will be.
She became a crack fiend.
Don't merge us. Like I never merged you. So I could have been one of them parents that just fell victim. I made sure you stayed right because what you missed, yes, I know that how much you love your father. So for me not to talk to you for these terms and these times, it's a problem with me. I don't need to talk to you every day, but I need you to check in and let me know, hey, Dad, I'm fine. So when it comes to me having to track you and run and travel and do all this, it's a problem, man. Especially when I talk to you.
Yeah, it's a problem because you ain't got bread like that. Let's just go ahead and keep it all the way 100, bro. You ain't got bread to be traveling like that. So, it hurts your pockets. But you probably wouldn't even traveling like that. Let's just keep it all the way real. You don't dress like you got no money. Look like you got a BBL though.
Oh boy.
Anyway, let's go ahead and keep it moving.
Half at that time. He'd make it seem like it's a game. And you ain't gonna play games with me with my child. So the difference was with him.
See them type of niggas you hit in the mouth when you ain't gonna play no Bob, shut up. Sit him right back down, when they get talking their trash. Talking about like you get hit in the mouth.
He wasn't dictating that to you. So that's where me and his war started. If he was dictating it to you, you could have put it off by calling me saying, hey, Dad, it ain't like that. I'm good. This and that.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Robert.
Check this out, y'all.
Would ask me to call you guys. And no matter what city we were in, he would say, is this your father's number or is this your mother's number? And it would say, call me. And I would say, yes, that is my father's number. He's like, you need to call him. And I would say, I'm not going to call him.
I mean, because think about it, man. You a celebrity, superstar, whatever. You pick up your phone, every time you pick up the phone, motherfucker, woo, 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 my child, click.
Click.
Anybody, is this your daddy?
Sure did.
Fact, you need to call this nigga because he tripping.
Oh, nigga.
Hell. And a lot of times they was in separate cities and shit while this shit was going on. That's the crazy part about it, man. It's like everybody in a separate city. They shopping in California. He in doggone Texas doing the show. But man, come on, man.
Because at that point, The only thing I get is bickering every time I pick up the phone. So if I can avoid it, if I can enjoy myself in this nice little penthouse while we in New York for the weekend, I'm gonna enjoy my weekend. It was very suffocating because I was an adult at the end of the day, period. And like I said, I'm not obligated to answer anyone. I know that you are my father and I love you dearly, but if I was a homeless person on the street right now with a cell phone and I did not want to call you, I would have that right. Now, would it make it right? Probably not, but I'm obligated to that right if I don't want to.
But me as your father?
I mean, that's kind of true, though. You know, it is, these cell phones, now I get to call you and all that, and you get to know I'm all right every waking moment of my life, man. I don't make no damn sense.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hunt every street, every corner, every curve, every bridge until I find you. Because
I feel like I'm looking for hope. It's very hard. I've spent my last years with this man, so it's not something that I can just turn on and off. It's devastating. I feel like I'm a very intelligent, smart, bright 21-year-old. I'm definitely young, but I'm very mature in spirit. And I just feel like, anyone who thinks that I'm brainwashed and not, smart enough to make my own decisions, I just feel like that determines how,
Yeah, because she a cold piece of work for letting her tell it, because she was able to convince her abuser to just do something different just for her and nobody else. And he did that shit. She is a cold Tony. Cold macadamia nut there, buddy. What's going on, Muse Black?
What up, Evoke? What up, Evoke?
Man, nothing up here doing my thing real quick, man. Hey, just give us some commentary on top of some stuff. We're going to keep it moving and we're going to get into the conversation here in a second.
Yeah. I told my boy, who I call my PR person in every sense of the word, so he might be visiting to the chat. He's doing some overtime tonight, but he might be coming to chat and listen.
Oh, absolutely. That's wonderful.
Their mentality. That's not something I can control, but I know that I'm very smart and I know that I'm intelligent. So, Rob, our last conversation that I had with him in Chicago, he inspired me and told me, Bear, just do what you want, do what makes you happy. He told me to continue to pursue my dreams, pursue whatever I want to pursue. And that's really all that I would be able to do.
And then your ass went and got them damn messages from Tasha K, and then you went back to see him and shit and acted a damn fool.
Yep. Pretty much.
Because after this is when you zoomed off with your daddy immediately. And this is where the true brainwashing began.
It feels like a high. I mean, it feels like, you're in love, you're happy to be in love, and you feel like no matter what you go through with this person, it's worth going through because there's no other person you would want to go through this with. And that's with, you being in love with whoever it is.
Why did you say the same thing 3 times right there? Literally, she said the same thing 3 times. Let's keep it moving.
Not just me and Rob personally, but that could be any other person's relationship. You just feel like no matter what, the good or the bad, you want to go through it with that person. I feel like, truthfully.
All right. So let's clear it up because we're not gonna feed lies into the girl life. From what we know, allegedly via a text message from Joycelyn Savage or a message from Joycelyn Savage on social media after they got into a fight, how sick of Azriel she was. All she did was snort cocaine all the time. That was one of the main reasons why R. Kelly had Joycelyn had the money in the blue couch, because she was misappropriating the funds and they was going up her nose.
Oh.
I'm just looking at this picture right now and said, there they go. There's a new singing group called The Manipulations.
The Manipulations, though.
I know you want to leave me.
Hey, Rob, J. Rip,
To let you go without me.
Baby, I need the money. I give you the booty. All you want, well, I get paid, baby.
I
Come on, there.
Yeah, for real.
Give me that money.
With Robert.
J Rock.
What up?
You get my text?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I was trying to shoot it to provoke while he was making his run, but you know, he changed phones like, you know.
Most people change clothes, man.
Dang, man.
So I don't have enough, so
I get it. I get it to you, Muse. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. I do apologize. So we're gonna get up off these. I get tired of seeing these goofball lady.
Yeah.
So, you know, she cried and she talked about how R. Kelly told her to do what she do, when she did what she did, how she did it. And then
About those who don't.
she changed.
What about
man?
those who go by the book, the dictionary, ethical, relating to moral principles or the branch of knowledge?
Yeah, sure to change.
Understand that the definition of ethical is accurate.
It's crazy how Shorty changed. We finna get into it though. Shorty changed. Hold on, we gotta get into the meat, into the crux of the matter. Shout out to my boy Jeff Taylor.
But I'm just saying, it's a slap in the face to continue to do something that you've already been, accused of. And I feel like it's a slap in the face to America. Like, if I've already been accused of something, there is no way in hell that I'm ever going to put myself in the position for you to have R. Kelly and Little or Girl or McDonald's in the same sentence. Period. I'm sorry. And the fact that he just played with his life like that and took that big of a gamble and was just felt like that inevitable to the point where he felt like he was untouchable, then I feel like whatever happens to him, he definitely do deserve it because he had more than enough time. He had 30 years to change his ways, and he did not.
So that was within a matter of months, okay, of that first recording and this recording, where she was okay, she was still in love, and she got some information, and it turned her whole thought process about that man around.
So he flipped, and then that's when she flipped on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at first she was supporting him up and down, everything. And then man, she got that information. Right. Tasha K is like a whole different story.
Yeah, she went from full-fledged advocacy to this in a matter of about 2-3 months. It's crazy.
What makes you? Why do you think he?
Because no girl has ever, in the moment of it happening, said no, or I don't want to, or this is not right. Because this is what he'll do. He'll say, "Oh, I have a girl I want you to meet." You'll be like, "Okay," and then when you go in there, the girl is already in the bedroom, fucking naked, and then you just have no choice but to jump into whatever it is. Because now you're like,
so. You mean tell me that this woman out there with zero moral compass, just because it's R. Kelly, they don't know how to say no when they put in a position where they are really about to do something totally against their morals? Because now we into morality. So you say no female in the moment has ever been able to tell him no. So you speaking for every female he ever met from the 90s, from the 80s on up. In the moment, they just can't tell this man no.
There's no way. There's no way in heck.
Yeah, right. He's got to believe that BS. How dumb do you think we are?
We're gonna keep it moving.
Like, okay, I don't want to embarrass him. I don't want to be like, this is not something I want to do, then he's going to be upset because he came to me and said, look, I have this girl who wants to meet you.
All that fast talk right there, that lets me know.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head, provoke. Get out of my
head. All that fast
exactly,
talk.
Exactly, child. She wanted to be the main one, and she realized she wasn't gonna be the main one.
She's talking too fast. She's talking too fast.
Here's the thing, Bob. I truly believe something that Courtney Love had mentioned a while ago, and I'll add to it. A person cannot have done what this person did if that was not already in their heart. What I would add to that is she always wanted to be the number one stunner. And she was strategically trying to maneuver her way and eliminate and cause havoc and discord. Do everything in that. She wanted to change the vision. She already had a plan. And when she got to those emails and that information that was illegal as a star witness for the prosecution to get a hold to it, she just re-engaged. You know what I mean? Whatever the plot was, the parents talked about, she went all the way to a whole different level. And that was already inside of her to be the number one stunner.
She had already played her parents.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she had already did that for love or whatever the heck she was doing it for. And now that they exposed it, I mean, look at her eyes. The eyes ain't got no love in them.
Nah.
They just stripped it all. I mean, like I said, it kills me that people get to talk about, and we're going to talk about victimization here in no tears, man. Straight up, because, I mean, if you having this epiphany right in front of our face, you shouldn't, oh my God, you should be breaking down, but hey, we already know what this is, what we're dealing with.
So you're almost put in a position where it's like, you can't really stop it. You just can't stop it because he just throws you in that position without even giving you a head warning of what you're about to run into. He just puts you in that position.
She say the sex train is coming down the tracks. Choo, choo. I can't get out the way. I see the bright lights. I'm hit.
She lying.
I got to do whatever's coming to me. Oh, man. I got to do it all.
Lying so hard. It's sad.
You understand? They're with everything that is needed to be where they at to try to achieve what their agenda is. And when it seems like it runs into a dead end, then anything you participate in that you was privy to, that you understand, you're going to flip it and use it and finesse it. That's all that is.
In that order.
If you ever grew up in the hood, you understand this language just coming out of this woman's forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's killing me, man, she out here talking all this trash, standing in front of this man's stove in his doggone kitchen.
I'm not right.
With his name right there.
Literally. That's what makes it even more funny.
What if you say no?
If you say no, he's probably going to curse you out. And then you're probably still going to leave. He's probably still going to get with that person. And then he's probably going to beat you or spank you or chastise you however he can to show you never to embarrass him like that again.
She's full of crap.
And that's what he's done before.
Yeah, full of it.
Fast talk. You see the fast talk?
Yeah.
She's full of it.
Right. Yeah. These are lies that I'm pointing out right there. All that fast talking, lies.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he'll just he beat on you.
He lied.
What? So he beat on you. What? You just went through all of this. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. You went through all of this.
Just puts you in that position.
What if you say no?
You went through all of this.
If you say no, he's probably going to curse you out. And then you're probably still going to leave. He's probably still going to get with that person. And then he's probably going to beat you or spank you or chastise you however he can to show you never to embarrass him like that again. And that's what he's done.
He'll just
God.
He beat on you.
What?
He would just beat
You
on
said all of that. And then he asked you, he would just beat on you. What? Anytime you say that you need more, need more time to think of a damn lie. You damn lie.
Literally. That makes so funny.
If you did something wrong, if you came out of this room without knocking, that's a spanking. If you go downstairs,
what's a spanking?
like he's gonna beat you. Like,
But like a beat you, like a slap you on the ass.
Yeah, like a slap you on the
Oh
ass.
God.
Slap your ass 10 times with all of his might until you have lumps on your ass.
Lumps.
Lord have mercy.
I don't
Lord have
recall
mercy.
no medical records of her saying that her body was bruised or there was been scars and there's marks.
Yeah,
This girl should be dropped off in the Antarctic somewhere and left
I
alone.
swear, just drop her
You
somewhere.
talking about an artist that play piano and need his hands and shit.
Why would you do that?
And he
Right.
hitting you.
Exactly, Audrey.
It's just it's got to be a point for vote you all that when you hear the live, it just disturbs your spirit. And the seriousness of this is that they have created laws to come after me because of this crap. And people standing by on the sideline know the doggone truth and won't open up their mouths and watch somebody's life be taken from them. I'm like over the top of this crap, man. They just sitting there watching somebody life just slip away and don't care and playing dumb and going along with the propaganda and joining the bandwagon. And then when it hit their doorstep, people have amnesia and don't recall nothing.
But like I said, I'm just looking at this face of this non-victim here.
Mm-hmm. She's supposed to be a victim, though.
I don't see no distress, no distraught,
Exactly.
no nothing. No, I just realized that I'm a victim and I'm so hurt. None of that shit.
She's confident she's gonna get what she wants.
You feel what I'm saying, J-Rock?
Look, she fresh off of cussing that man out. And now she ready to fight. That's come on now. Let's go.
That's a spanking. And depending on how severe it is, like for getting to walk out, that may be like 3 or 4 spankings. You're gonna cry, but after about 10 minutes, you're gonna be back to normal. Like if you look at another man, or if you're at the mall and a man helps you and you don't tell him, that's about 10 spankings.
So basically, he got a spanking chart.
A spanking chart.
Okay.
I want to see
for the violations. How many spankings you get per violation and shit.
I wonder if this is about the rebellion that she had when she was in the household. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. You feel what I'm going for?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to flip.
Here's the ultimate question. If he got to do all this spanking on you for being quote unquote disobedient, whatever the case may be, why would he have to do all that spanking on you if he can go kick it with other multiple females anyway, and he don't have to put his energy all on you?
Just get rid of you.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. That shit don't make no sense to me. It's wild, man. But like I said, I'm just looking at her, man, and it's like I can't get over the fact that there is nothing in her, like her eyes. She's been brainwashed. You can tell. Like,
because I know that you can take something innocent that couples do, that's playful, that's not harmful, that's not disrespect. You know what I mean? That little kinky stuff that's safe and nothing like that, and you can take that and just flip that and keep twisting that and twisting that. And then if you're a pathological liar, oh my goodness, I yield back. I don't need to say no more.
You know what? The late great Rick James said it best. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
So get her snorting and lying, telling lies.
Lying through her teeth. She knows she like them spankers.
It's dangerous, man, because like I iterated before the other night, when Lisa Moore was on, I be in a lot of comment sections looking at this through like River TV, Crimson Cure, these people, man. Now today, brothers and sisters in the chat, people don't want to date. I mean, men just like, nope. I'm not even trying to say hello to nobody.
No.
That's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah.
It is not get a job, but people get caught. They ain't even posting, feeling some type of way, or the relationship went sour. You stand with someone and you work. That's why I don't mix none of that. No disrespect to nobody who work at the same job and they're a couple and they live. Hey, I'm not touching that. Do your thing. That is something that I'm just not on. I just avoid that like the plague. I make sure. Hey, if I'm speaking to someone, I just, hey, how you doing? Boom. Hey, what's going on? And just like that. That's it. Don't even get no eye contact. I'm serious about what I'm saying.
Right. So let's keep it in the pocket. Let's keep it moving real quick because it gets interesting, man.
Keeping
How much
secrets,
more we
that's
got
about
for you?
15, 20 seconds. Over and over and over and over again. And then you just become like, okay, I'm not going to tell this girl anything because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get a spanking or anything like that. Now, it depends. Like I said, every girl is different. Like me, I allowed that, but after so long, like when I got 19, 20, I started telling him, like, look, this is not something that, I'm comfortable with. We're going to have to, handle, like, when we have conflicts a different way because it's just not something.
Hold the man. So you mean to tell me you got Ike Turner over here, shit, basically. That's what you're telling me. You got Ike Turner, but he's doing multiple females. He doing it bigger than Ike Turner because Ike Turner was only on one female like this.
Yeah. Kellz on having multiple females.
You said he's swatting around multiples.
True, probably her mama too.
And you are so special and so wonderful in his life that you can literally let me sit down, Robert. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you for a minute because there's some things that's on my mind that's been bothering me. See, I'm turning 19, and I'm a grown ass woman, and I feel like that. I can communicate, and you can communicate. So, can we find a better way to do this without you spanking me? Because my BBL is starting to hurt. And I think last time you hit me, I think I got some leakage.
Oh,
so can you please not do this to me? I paid for those, and since I don't want to have to keep on paying for those, then I'm gonna go ahead and stop. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up.
I'm still tripping out about how they trying. She done did a picture to paint R. Kelly as a combination of Ike Turner and Mr. from The Color Purple.
She got me fucked up. I'm just saying. Let's sit down and talk to you for a minute, Robert. Damn it.
Hell?
I know
that man really had time
to
talk to her. Man, that man
pay all the bills.
My
mom and them done threw these dicks all in the back of the concert and shit because they mad at you. But you gonna have to stop whooping on my ass. I can't do it no more. I'm mature. I'm a grown ass, mature 21-year-old, 20-year-old, 19-year-old, whatever the fuck. And I just feel like we can do things a different way. Why don't we try? You ever thought about going to church, praying about it?
Well, she already knew what she was getting into.
We talk about kids, we talk about marriage. That got to stop, one way or the other. Now, other women, they just weren't vocal. They were more insecure about themselves. So yes, Sneak, she would take real beatings. Like he would slap her in her face, punch her in her face, hit her with shoes, all kinds of stuff.
Stop.
No, she said she was the one that was hit with shoes.
Stop it right there, lady. Yep. Narratives and lies and bullshit and scandal. He beat you with a shoe, a size 11. You, not Dominique. You.
Yeah.
And the doorbell rings.
Like, seriously.
Then the doorbell rings. Like, seriously, yeah, lady.
Yes.
I mean, do y'all want to analyze these left hooks and right hooks? Because we all know Joyce got her ass beat.
No. I ain't interested in that.
No, I ain't
No.
interested in that shit either. We can
I
move
can really
on.
care less.
I mean, if Joycelyn had wanted to fight out of the eye, we could watch that shit, but she got pieced
Man.
badly. She's not that type of girl.
Yep.
She ain't no hood booger. She didn't come ready to brawl. She came ready to get them Grammys and them American Music Awards and shit that Azriel was plotting on taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Besides, Azriel had that cocaine strength allegedly.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah, she really thought she was gonna actually be number one. We talking about Kellz. It's Kellz we talking about. Dude can basically get any woman he wants. And she really thought she was gonna be number one when he can go get any chick he wants. Like, be real here.
It would have been nice if Joy could have had one of Kellz, somebody that's in his corner that was solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody, a big dude with him, something that was, street aware and all of that. That was really, coming with her, like security with it. That'd have been, you know what I mean? Walking into an ambush like that, you know what I mean? Not knowing what's up or not, in the heat of how it was going. But unfortunately,
I agree. I agree.
So they reap what you saw and they come back on you hard. You ain't gonna get away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that happened right then.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm telling you. But the crazy thing is, like I said, this is a whole moment in time of looking at somebody change their whole demeanor about a person.
Yep. Right. All because saw some freaking text messages and emails and crap.
Mm-hmm.
Says from B more, huh? I don't know. Chizzy and Rock might get her though. Azriel might catch that beat down from that young lady. That young lady fights and she missing a whole tooth in her face. You don't fuck with nobody missing no damn teeth. You really, because they ain't got shit to lose. And they gonna try to make sure you missing one too when they get done. Show motherfucking that.
Did I hear that she got banned from Dubai?
Or she
stole
stole some
from
money
that
from
dude.
somebody. Yeah, she stole some money from somebody out with a roommate. Sarah being Debo too.
That's one place you don't go play with.
Oh yeah, Dubai don't play those games. Loud mouth, stealing, all that crap that people do in America. No, Dubai they don't play it. So I having the other trucker chick. She ended up in jail for a couple of years, being a loud mouth.
They being a whole loud mouth, huh?
Oh, literally. Yeah, she got locked up because she's there trying to go off on freaking guys. Well, freaking guys that confiscated her passport and everything and whatnot. She so-called trying to get mad, thinking that was gonna help her. It's like, in that country they don't play that. They don't.
I remember some years ago. I was in a relationship with this lady, and she was in her feelings, having back and forth. And I stopped in the middle of, I said, so you just gonna lie. You just gonna tell a lie on me just straight like that when you know that ain't even what this is. That ain't even what happened. That ain't what's going on. She looked me right in my eyes and said, I'm a female. Who you think they gonna believe? No, let that breathe, man. Let that breathe.
Hey, that comment was breathing on its own.
Oh man.
So you ain't gotta say that joke is breathing hard.
That's some shit right there.
But that's a fact. Women are aware.
Yeah, they know.
They can do that.
The situation happened with a man, who they really gonna believe, the man or the woman. That's why you got so many men walking around with cameras and mini cameras and everything. Like, yeah, so they can protect themselves. So if something do happen, it's like, bro, I got this all recorded from start to finish. You can lie if you want to. It's sad. That's what the world is now.
Pardon Pardon me, sirs. I had to go and walk to the refrigerator to grab a
Get a
couple of
drink.
cold ones.
Had to get some drinks.
Oh yeah, I had to get a cold one on the Saturday
feel you.
night. You know.
I
And like I
feel you.
said, man, we just sitting here just exposing that situation, man, with how that happened. Like, it's amazing to me that people have not really ever seen it. Like, or it's still people that don't really know, or just it's like, dang, they gave that man 30 years. Yeah, that's real jacked up. You know it is, because that's a 30 ball. That's a long time.
Man.
Long time, man. And when you look at it, from Big Vi's perspective and what he was showing, as far as everything that was going on, and how, just the corruption and just the way that, the interviews was going back then, it was still the same way. The 51 years, like from the gates, man, we've been sitting here watching a full-fledged setup.
Yep. From the very beginning. Everybody looking for a payday.
Oh man, it's crazy. Like when you put like your beer in a freezer, right? And you wait for about an hour and it don't even take about an hour to get these glass bottles so cold that it's not even fair. It's crazy. Oh my God. I needed that.
Hey man, those best drinks, them boys, ice cold. Just come out of the
cooler. And it's not
ice.
too good. It's not too cold. It's frozen, but it's right before.
Just chill.
Right before it, because man, anything else would have been like I opened it up and it would have froze like right in my face.
I feel you. Those best ones.
And then, of course, that if you leave beer in the box, you can stick it in the freezer and it'll never freeze, ever. Alcohol, real alcohol, you can throw it in the freezer, never freeze. Throw some vodka in there and see if it'll freeze. It's not gonna freeze. It'll be nice and cold, but it'll never freeze, man.
I probably my dad never tried that because I'm a drinker and he like doing.
Say Club Nouveau situation number 9, man. Yes, sir. Man, Lex be playing, man. I be wanting him to come up on the panel so much, man. Oh my goodness. But sometimes I know he a chat warrior. He keep that chat popping, so do appreciate that. Yeah, I think we probably gonna push it to the 2-hour mark today, and then we probably gonna call it one. Because I have been grinding on these lives. As you can see, J Rock, I've been on one lately.
Yes, you have.
I have been on one lately, and I believe that it's starting to make a mark. It's starting to leave a dent in the game. I'm even getting lives struck. Like, hey, you can't use that. Yes, I can. Why are you lying?
I'll say, by the way, do you guys know what happened with R. Kelly's appeal and whatnot?
They should be coming with a ruling here shortly.
It supposedly happened like on the 22nd in February or something like that.
Well, here's the thing: Bon Jean's already giving them hell anyway.
Oh,
she's already giving them hell from the gate because she done basically exposed the whole thing about him being charged with charges he was already acquitted for.
Oh. So pretty much she exposed them.
Even in the judge's own language, it is almost pretty much confirmed.
Oh, it's that deep.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't heard nothing about it.
No, he's not lying. He pretty much exposed the bullshit. It was exposed. She exposed it.
So I wonder when they're gonna let him out, especially because of the fact they exposed BS that was going on.
Man, I'm here to tell you.
No, what need to happen? Somebody need to come out and do a sweep and arrest everybody from Asante McGee, Kitty Jones, all Lizette Martinez. Just come out with a sweep. Even if they ain't in jail, the fact that they going away in handcuffs in regards to perjury,
right?
The image of that is gonna be huge alone. They'll be like, well, if you told the truth, why are you going away in handcuffs?
Yeah, it could be obvious you didn't tell the truth. You lied. But yeah, I was wondering what was going on with that quit, but I know that. Oh man, yeah, they in trouble. They in trouble.
Yeah, man.
And the funny part about it, I'm still tripping on this one. When Lisa Van Allen, when the marshals had to drag her back to court because she didn't want to go back, and then they put her on the stand, and then she and Bonjean kind of addressed it, brought it up, and then she gonna come back and say, well, not coming to court and coming to court are two different things. Oh, really?
What?
Yeah,
Captain Obvious.
Oh my God!
not one to come to court and coming to court are two different things. Oh yeah, just like somebody saying that he didn't leave his watch there. I didn't take his watch. He just left it there. Because doesn't that fall under the same logic?
That made no sense to me, but okay.
Not at all, but we can't. We can't use logic and common sense.
I'm sorry. I'm looking like, wait.
we can't use that. We have to be emotional and use anger and upset and hatred.
Oh, I see. Like, yeah, unfortunately, I have a lot of family members that like that. And I look at them like, I just don't believe that crap. Like, you being emotional ain't gonna change nothing. And trust me, they hate me when I tell them that.
Well, I was molested, and would you feel that way if it was me? Why would you do that to me?
Oh boy,
that's totally different.
Oh God. Oh, that's crazy. That freaking Lady Val. Lord, that's crazy.
Man, I promise you.
You know it's bad. They had to drag her back by force. You know it's bad. She knows she might get exposed. That's why she try to run. They're like, nah, where you going? You got some explaining to do. I guess you sit in the courtroom looking stupid, huh?
Right. The craziness, man. And it's amazing, man, that the things that happen to our people and how they really be on the destruction, of the Black legacy. Like, they will try to tear your shit apart depending on who it is, where they stand in the game, what they play in the game. From it can become a very, very vicious situation, and a lot of these people are perennially unaware of, what can come of this industry and how cutthroat it can be. What's going on, Audra? How you doing?
Hey y'all. I wanted to how y'all doing?
I'll find myself, Audra.
Yes, I just wanted to speak on something really quick. I don't know if you guys watched like the Nature Boy, the YNW Melly, YSL, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and so forth. But I'm an African American woman, right? I'm Black. I have family. I mean, about everyone, almost everyone in my family has a felony. Okay. I was probably one of the only ones that didn't, right? Like I've actually had to go and speak in front of judges for my mother, for my father. You know what I'm saying? So I had to fight, you know? If a child needed someone to take custody of them, I'm that person everyone's gonna call for everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother thing. I only mention this because I want to put it out there that I am African American, born and raised. I was here during the crack epidemic. I was here during mass incarceration. I'm here through it all, right? And when I say I research real estate, I research everything pertaining to real estate. Like, for example, here in Florida, we have this grant going on, Save, is it called? Um, Rebuilt Florida, right? When the hurricanes hit about 2 years ago, that one hurricane, it wasn't even, yeah, it was 2 years ago, this past winter, right? So they're giving $350,000, whatever it takes to rebuild mansions, $600,000 homes, $1 million homes in Florida. They're giving this money away. These people ain't got to pay it back. But when it comes to the black neighborhoods, right? What they put in these neighborhoods, shotgun homes, shotgun houses, right? I live in Florida, so we have typically smaller homes in other areas, right? Sometimes some areas have bigger homes, but the area where I am, we typically have larger lots and not as large, but typically we have mostly shotgun homes in the predominantly black neighborhoods. We have a mixture of homes in the sizes area, but a lot of which are shotgun. And I wonder if when those homes were being built in the before the 80s or after the 80s, well, it would have been before the 80s. So like 40s, 50s, whatever, right? I wonder if those were the same government programs as like the down payment assistance. Well, I'm sorry, not down payment assistance. That's on the Caucasian side of town. What if they were being built with like the Habitat for Humanity type homes, right?
You know what I believe with that, Audra? I think are you familiar with like redlining?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that like certain families, especially if they was black and they was in certain areas, could build their own home, but they couldn't get that funding to build like that ridiculous 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 2-story.
But see, there's more to redlining. You see, because it's based on your debt to income ratio. What they would do is give us high interest rates, and they did that in the early 2000s. A lot of people lost their houses by 2005, and they did it in 2005, and a lot of people lost their houses by 2008. You know what I'm saying? Because they have with these ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages. See, we have to educate ourselves. We have to spread knowledge. So anything I learn, I share. You know what I'm saying?
Adjustable rate mortgages, fuck people for real.
So you were probably paying $450 a month. Now you're paying $1,500, $2,500 a month on your mortgage. Yes.
Adjustable rate mortgages fucking people over, man. Killing people.
I go from a couple of hundred, 100,000.
And the reason I know this is I worked at a bank in 2008. I worked at Citibank at that. So it ain't even about that. Not even if I hadn't worked at a bank, I still know about it because they got what's called a first-time home buyers class. They have Carlton Sheets. These are people out here that have been teaching us about real estate, right? But some people don't read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Some people don't look into education outside of school. Some people don't want to even go to school. We have to instill in our children that education is power. See, that's what I was taught.
And here's the thing about the adjustable rate mortgages, the ARM loans, really started going out of control around 2008 because that's when that housing bubble had.
No, that's when it crashed. See, that's when the loans were about to go up. That's where the low rate went up. See, there's movies out there, right?
Tell you read all about it.
That will tell you what exactly happened. They put the movies out there, but I was trying to make a point in that they don't care about us. They claim that we're the welfare recipients, right? But I saw a clip. It was a movie that what's the guy that say he killed his wife in the white Bronco? I'm sorry, this the scene come to my mind. But what is his name? The Juice Man? O.J. Simpson. Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
He started in the movie. I don't know if he started because I didn't watch the whole movie. I just watched the beginning. I'm like, I didn't even intend to watch this. But I just heard the beginning, what it said. I'm like, well, I had a question. I just posted to my Facebook. I still ain't watched the movie, But it was just so happened. I was like, OJ in the movie? Yeah, he's in a movie. It's on YouTube, and he's starting it. But the very beginning, or some part of it, I don't even know. But somehow, the universe, the spirit, whoever, told me to watch and listen to this. And he was asking the Caucasian lady about welfare. And she was like, the biggest recipients of welfare are Caucasian. Because he was like, how can they get welfare living in this neighborhood? How can they get welfare? So then that got me to thinking, Audra, down payment assistance is welfare, which I already knew. But I'm saying, watching this movie, I'm like, what is she saying? And see, by me studying real estate, I also have to check these records, right? If a house went into foreclosure, why is it going into foreclosure? I'm checking if it's behind on taxes. Why is it behind on taxes? Okay. And I'm seeing these tax breaks where a lot of these people don't even pay property taxes. Wow. You got the homestead exemption that takes some money off, but then they got something on there that says SOH, Save Our Homes. I don't know any Black person that I found that had SOH, because when I'm looking up property, right, I'm looking it up before it goes to tax deed sale, before it goes to foreclosure sale, and abandoned houses, right? That's what I look up. Mm-hmm. Okay. But with that Save Our Homes, it's giving them an even bigger tax rate, 0 taxes due. So when you see these neighborhoods that always look so nice and clean, they ain't got to pay no taxes. They're getting down payment assistance, so they ain't got to come up with no money down. Matter of fact, they get money back at closing to put in their bank account to save for a rainy day. Mm-hmm. On top of that, they're getting money to fix up their neighborhoods and to buy the house, to fix up the house, put in a nice granite, slate, marble countertops. They're the ones fixing up their houses with our money. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. You see what I'm saying? So when they say Section 8, you getting her $800 a month, $1,300 a month, that's still coming out of our pocket. It ain't coming out of their pocket. But see, we don't look at that. And that's why I keep saying slavery never ended. If you think about it, how much are you making an hour versus how much a slave made? $8 more, $10 more an hour? You see what I'm saying? And then every single thing is taxed. So when we're asking for things, we need to stop asking for stuff to help the Hispanics, LGBT, and all of that. Why is there not a trade school on every corner? Why are we not investing in our children? So, okay, you're going to learn your mathematics. You need to learn calculus. You need to learn reading and comprehension, because that's a big problem here. 85% shouldn't stand on a jury. At least 85% of the U.S. population, because they can't comprehend, right? Like in the Nature Boy case, I know people probably against this, but it's the exact same thing as what's going on in these other public trials. In this Nature Boy case, I believe his witnesses were excellent. They were unemotional. They gave excellent breakdown of who they were. And this woman, she never reported a rape. But here goes, they're going to make her say it was a rape. They're trying to, I mean, it's one thing to say there's a cultural difference, but no, they're Caucasian. I was in the classroom with predominantly Caucasian kids, right? By the time I got to high school, 12th grade, people in my 12th grade my color were doing stuff in their English class that I had done in English in 5th grade in elementary. So they purposely dumb us down. Okay. So now you have a whole host of African American women, okay, and some males, okay, that are making their beds harder. You're having kids out of wedlock. You're not investing in a relationship so that a man can be interested enough in you to say, okay, let's get married, let's start a family, let's plan, let's build, let's invest, da 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 da, right? And then you blame every man for what you have caused. Now you want to call these people narcissists. Like her page is Sweet Mouth for Life. She actually labeled LaTruth, Mr. LaTruth, if y'all know him, a narcissist. When it came out he wasn't, was it the same energy? Or did she have to switch gears and now his wife is a narc? But no one don't want to look at the other stuff. Like, what if this lady was so crazy that she is the one that caused his stomach cancer? See, stomach cancer can be caused by cyanide. But see, as African American women, why are they not looking and saying, okay, why are you this perturbed? Why are you this upset? Why do you do treacherous things? Okay. Now, back to the real estate and them intentionally building these shotgun homes, intentionally building these cheap Habitat for Humanity homes in our neighborhood. So it's intentional, the way that the neighborhoods look. That's the plan. That is the actual blueprints to the houses put in our, what's Mike Rowe?
I'm Rowe, you're a woman.
If he were a woman, I'm looking over here. Okay.
I'm down to this an insult. It seems like a compliment.
Yeah, it is a compliment.
I'm sure. My role is actually.
I mean, if anyone finds any fault in what I'm saying, it's because they're feeling some type of anxiety because they either act in that way and they don't want to look at themselves. I just so happen, yes, I'm the youngest. Yes, my brothers are older. Yes, they protect me my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I got love from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm the baby. I'm the youngest, of my cousins too. I got two other cousins younger than me, but they don't really count because they're boys. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we got you.
I don't have to raise my voice and do all of that. I didn't never have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I learned to project my voice when I got in my 20s. My sister was like, Audrey, you got to speak up. And this is a sister that's over 20 years older than me because my father was 51 when he had me, much older. You know what I'm saying? So I have siblings that are much older. You know what I'm saying? I have a sister that just passed about 2 weeks ago, So, and I got her children are like 3 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying?
What the world?
I know. But I'm saying, like
what's up, Auntie? Shit,
exactly.
But I'm saying this to say that, maybe I have a different way of seeing things. I know, of course, I got a different way of seeing things. Like, literally, people do ask me questions like, okay, if there were, I just help people see things differently. I don't know. Like, I mean, I do see things sometimes with a clearer set of eyes. I don't know if I'm the only one that's, what I'm saying? I believe there's other people that can do that, but I just hope to just open people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, just look, just sit back, look at what's going on. I even told you guys a little bit what has happened in my situation, right? Like, I didn't even read my trial transcripts. I skimmed through it a little bit, right? When they started reading this on their channels, I'm like, well, God, dog. You know what I'm saying? They manipulated even more of my trial transcripts. Like, they literally changed what people said on the stand. So when you guys are watching these cases, these trials, just know to see them those judges and those prosecutors, those Caucasian attorneys, they know how we are culturally. I'm from the South. There's a lot of Southern Caucasians that talk way more Southern, way more ratchet than any African American. And they can cook black eyed peas and collard greens and all that. Okay? But I'm just letting you guys know, because I don't know where you're from, the city, wherever, but they know. Like I said, I was in a classroom full of Caucasians. Sometimes I'm the only African American in that class. So when I'm speaking on common sense and inductive and deductive reasoning, some people like to say just deductive, you need both. Okay? You need to be able to draw your own inference, meaning come to your own conclusion. That requires research, fact finding, inductive, deductive, from what you have found. Okay? So those people, these judges, okay, these prosecutors, they know that these women lied. They know that the girl lied on Nature Boy. They know the whole reason they bought the RICO against YSL and targeted Young Thug is because of Lil Woody. But none of the comments that I saw under that video recognized that at 2 hours and 58 minutes into that video, YSL Woody stated that he had just shot 2 people that day. That was the whole reason he brought up Young Thug's name. That was the whole reason he had bullets in his pocket. That was the whole reason he was speeding. That was the whole reason he knew there was no gun in the back seat. And if it wasn't his, because he had ditched his gun. But see, who was watching that and who took that out? But that was the whole reason for the RICO, that one video. So are we going to sit back and let this mess keep carrying on? Are we going to pack up and leave? Because at this point, from what I'm seeing here, and I don't watch regular TV, I'm watching a lot of this stuff on YouTube, bits and pieces of it. But are we going to stay here and see what happens next? Because we saw what happened with mass incarceration. Okay? My cousin just got out there in 24 years. The one for Obama, he went and got out. Because of a conspiracy. What somebody said he had done. Trafficking cocaine. Okay? What they said he had done. So now we got this. All someone got to say is that you raped them. What happened to having a rape kit? You know how many people out here got baby mamas, several baby daddies? What people, one get mad, now I'm putting you away for rape? Yeah, somebody just tried to do one of my brothers like that. All because he said he wanted a DNA test. Now that the girl is out of high school, he done took care all this time. But he felt she was old enough and he just asked for that. Now the girl say, I want to say you raped her or you did something to her while she visited you. Not even stayed the night. You know? So it's not just what we see here with these big cases, but the average everyday man has been going through this. It's just now being televised because they're going after these high profile celebrities because they have a lot of money. Young Thug is no Chingy. Young Thug owns an entire record label, does he not? R. Kelly is the Michael Jordan of music. Had Michael Jordan taken 50% ownership in Nike back in 1985, 1986, he would be worth over 100 billion. Not just 3 billion.
My goodness, you ain't
Go
lying.
look at it. Go look at the numbers. Go back to 1985.
And if Michael Jackson was alive right now, R. Kelly wouldn't be going through what he's going through. In fact, Michael Jackson would have been a majority stakeholder in Sony.
Yep.
You know what? But I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is a good way to segue into it because it all comes back full circle once again. What I want to do now is I want to kind of get into one of our, gone, forgotten artists, not forgotten artists. Teddy
I'm glad
Pendergrass.
you're going into this one, Derek, because I touched on this shit.
Teddy Pendergrass would be, in my mind, one of the precursors to an R. Kelly as far as effect, to where I promise you, I've never seen women react to these two men and Marvin Gaye like they react. So I really want to get into this because it's kind of deep, because it lets us know when you get money in the industry, what they'll do to you and how they'll tear your life up.
Hi YouTube, this is Ty, and welcome to the Test of a Ty channel. Let's jump on into the video. You see what this one's called. Quickly, before we get into the Teddy Pendergrass video, I want to do a quick 3 shouts out to Mo Vaughn R for letting me know that she's a new subby to this channel, also on that Al Green video, and 4 to all of you who watched and shared and subscribe based on that Al Green video. I had a lot of Facebook shares and likes on that one that day, and when this just 2 days ago.
And one day we are going to definitely dive into the Al Green situation, because that was a wild one. You think about people who made it out of their situations by the skin of their teeth, and Teddy Pendergrass is one of them too. He didn't die in a situation that I think was designed for him to die in. Is that agreed, J Rock?
Totally agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed, D Maps. Audra, I'm sure you're slightly familiar. Are you? You're probably real familiar with Teddy.
Oh, of course. Come on now.
I love some of his songs. I've listened to more recently. I don't know a lot of his songs, but I have heard some I'd never heard before, like recently, from 2020 until now. So
I mean, he was one of those unique voices.
Mm-hmm.
I love his music. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you like, when I first heard about this, like way back, maybe early 2000s, while I was in high school, before then, like late 90s, maybe it kind of clouded,
Mm-hmm.
And, like it has like a little stigma over it. But now I listen to more songs by him. Like, there's no way he thought like this, because this is like real love he's talking about.
Yeah. So check it out. Let's keep it moving, because we're gonna educate the people, and we'll talk a little bit in between. Of course, you know how I do. So let's go.
For 2 weeks, that video had been up at about 200 views, and then all of a sudden, it shot to over 2,000 views in 2 days. Since yesterday. So thank you. Ultimately lost control of the vehicle as Noah Royce into a tree. Late soul singer Teddy Pendergrass was at the height of his career when he slammed his Rolls Royce into a tree on March 18th, 1982. In the East Falls section of Philadelphia.
Okay, so let's break that explanation down, because I don't know what she's doing. So basically what happened with Teddy, he was riding, we were leaving a nightclub. Okay. Apparently, allegedly, he picked up a lady, and they ended up driving, and I guess it was one of the curvy roads in Philadelphia. And he was hitting it, and I guess his brakes didn't work, which is really weird, because this is a brand new 1982 Rolls Royce, and he basically ended up careening into a tree, paralyzing himself, and turning himself into a quadriplegic, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Borderline vegetable.
Pretty much, yeah. He had to sit in. He's still the same, but he pretty much in a wheelchair.
Yeah, wheelchair. He couldn't really use his arms. Nothing. So
not only it was a curvy road, from what I understand, it was one of the worst stretches of roads in Philadelphia. We talk about hairpin curve. They say hairpin curve. They say if you do not navigate that stretch of road correctly, you would easily run off the road.
Wow. Okay, let's keep moving.
Philadelphia on Lincoln Drive. He reportedly lost control of the vehicle as no other car was involved in the crash. Pendergrass and his passenger, Tanika Watson, were trapped in the wreckage for 45 minutes. She was a nightclub performer, aspiring model, and born a man. She was a post-op transgender woman back in 1982.
I wonder how technology.
Oh, man.
I do want to say one thing.
Yes,
that
go ahead.
looks like a woman. So could he have crashed and found out differently, and that's the reason you washed? You know what I'm saying?
Man, ain't that a trip though?
Now you know what? That's been the belief of decades, that's how he wound up being in that accident.
He found out in the midst.
Right. But later on, what I found out, because there was a documentary on Teddy Pendergrass called If You Don't Know Me. What was found out was that Teddy Pendergrass, one of his best friends who was on the documentary, because Teddy had multiple cars. And the Rolls Royce, that Rolls Royce was a turquoise teal type of color. And people knew Teddy. Said, if you see that Rolls Royce rolling down the street, you knew that was Teddy, because that's the only Rolls Royce in Philadelphia with a color like that. So everybody knew when you saw it, that's Teddy. It's Teddy rolling down the street. But
Teddy was making more money than Dr. J.
Yep. He was.
He making bank.
And see, and with Ted, but with what Teddy was going through, what Teddy also had, Teddy had a lawsuit against Philadelphia PD. So his best friend in the documentary said one day, I want to say, I don't know if this was before the accident. I think this was after, but I could be wrong. But I think this was after. He said he went to Teddy's. He was in Teddy's garage, and he noticed that some of the other cars in his garage, the brake lines were cut.
All right. Let's not give it all away. Let's go ahead and give him a chance to tell us something too, J-Bro.
Go ahead.
Because we'll give it all away.
I got a few more. I got a little bit more. Go ahead.
All right, but we'll give it all away. You know how we do.
Away from the accident with minor injuries, while Teddy Pendergrass suffered a spinal cord injury that left him paralyzed from the chest down. Initially, there was much speculation about the details surrounding the accident, but Pendergrass remained focused on his recovery, and Watson had kept quiet for about 30 years since that accident, until a 2014 interview with Oprah, Where Are They Now?, when she finally opened up about her side of the story. Like many Teddy Pendergrass fans, Watson was a fan of that very fine man and charismatic artist. And back then, Watson was a sex worker who lived near the music studio where Teddy...
I thought you said she was a performer.
Yeah, I know, right? Funny.
Damn, man.
Another thing is, too, if she was overtly over-sexualized, you see what I'm saying? She's going to come on to him a lot heavier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's going to coerce him into it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, a tongue is a tongue, right? I'm a woman. Am I going to allow a woman to do that to me? No. But is it going to feel just as good as a man doing it? Yes. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And until we have to look back into slavery, they had sex farms where they bred us. They raped our children.
They put bags over people's heads.
They would rape our children. The boys, the men would rape the boys. You think the women weren't raping the girls? Yeah. Look at why she made The Color Purple. It's something wrong with Oprah. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, it's homosexuality that was in the black community because of slavery. But you have to break the cycle somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So whether he did this or not, I could care less. I love, other artists that could be gay. Nobody ain't said nothing
Right.
about what's the name?
But you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
When you think about it, in 1982, okay, being homosexual was frowned upon. It was a career
Yes, it was.
killer. Like just like an allegation of sexual assault right now is a career killer. Your ass get caught with something, get your shit over.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's over.
But I'm not going to let them taint how I feel about Whitney Houston or anybody. Like, what's the name? It says Ebony Eyes. You got the guy with the pretty eyes, Smokey Robinson, and the other one. Nobody never said that about the way he dressed or the way Prince dressed.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Red James.
And I even heard like older don't say, well, Prince, he's just a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like he just
pretty much.
Women love Prince. But now when I look at his clothing through an adult lens, okay, that was cute then. Okay. Then you go back and you look at the 70s, what men wore. You know what I'm saying? They can't say skinny jeans. You can't really say nothing about this generation. Yeah, it went to baggy clothes, but before that, it was you know what I'm saying? And even like in the early 2000s, someone I was dating, he would wear this bandana. I'm like, why you wear that on your head? It's like, it's fashion. I'm like, okay. So when you with someone you care about them, the fashion that they choose, if you love them, you love all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we have to, as a people, now, granted, I do not play about homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, because you have to wonder, where did it come from? Were you molested as a child? And if you were molested as a child, who's to say you're not going to molest a child? We could say that it's not going to happen, but I just saw this one where this guy was in front of the parole board. I don't even know why these things are coming on my timeline. I guess it's YouTube. But this dude molested young girls in middle school. And he said he told the school at first he didn't feel comfortable working around these young girls. And he's a handsome man, and I know 14-year-olds that look mature, and, he was like, they were calling him cute and this and that. He would text them. Anyways, he got drawn into it, in his mind. But even though he was an adult, you know what I'm saying? He can't say certain things to a parole board that's full of Caucasians, right? He can't say, well, it's in the culture. You know what I'm saying? These girls were hot and fast in the pants. You know what I'm saying? He can't say it like that,
Mm-hmm.
So as a people, we have to realize too who we're talking to, who's going to be the judge, who's going to be the jury, the prosecutors, and they don't care about us, that they want us broke. You can look at the music industry. Now you can look at what happens in the armed forces, what happens in America on jobs, regular jobs. They want us broke. They want our neighborhoods looking like crap. Okay. They give their own people hundreds of thousands of dollars that they don't have to pay back. Okay. To rebuild a house that should have had insurance. They could afford it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or they shouldn't be that close to the ocean.
I want to quickly apologize to you because I asked you a question I shouldn't have asked.
Me?
Yeah, because you work in real estate, and I asked you.
I just do stuff on my own for myself in real estate.
You research real estate.
Yeah, and
how would you not know about redlining?
Oh, but that's a term that a lot of people wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of people don't know what that is.
But we all know that we are, definitely mistreated. And a lot of, and see, you guys are in different areas, but I live here in Florida. So we get discriminated against even by Hispanics here. See, I've been on jobs where they can't speak a lick of English.
Oh, and they'll talk shit about you.
They're your boss. They're your boss.
And they'll talk shit about you.
And then I have another person that's an African American woman. They'll give me the same title as boss on the job, right? But this African American woman been there longer than me, want me out of that position, even though the Hispanic girl just started a few days after me. So we go after our own people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because why? You know?
Because we're crazy. We ain't got no damn sense.
So I think that as a people, we have to clean our hearts. We got to look at what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Why is certain things so significant anyways? You know what I'm saying? This man ain't never come out and say he was gay. This woman had all the opportunity to say Whitney Houston was gay. She still ain't never said that she had sex with Whitney Houston.
The thing about it is, Audra, they wanted, when they come for you, you notice it wasn't an issue of whether Luther was gay or not.
It still ain't. It's one of my favorite.
The shit was out there for years, and it wasn't really controversy because they weren't coming for Luther on that level.
But Luther
was a love balladeer. Teddy Pendergrass was a sex symbol.
Yeah,
man,
literally.
Yeah, you know that one song he said, "Your Little Secret."
Right, but think about it is a sex symbol to the ladies back in the 70s could not. It was career suicide to be caught in a homosexual situation.
Yeah,
and pretty much, basically, what they did. I don't even think that fucking lady was in the car with him. Yeah. I feel like that. What happened was, they fucked his brakes up. They meant to kill him. He didn't die, and they came up with that narrative.
Oh yeah. And like you're right, because I don't listen to Frank Ocean music. The girl that came out with Angel, the other one, I'm Still in Love. These are songs I listened to growing up. I find out, okay, they gay. I don't listen to them. I ain't gonna put me in no trance. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I know what you're saying, but I cannot stop listening to Luther. She never came out and said that, and it probably would taint me a little bit.
But you know what? Truth be told, I've been leaning all my life more towards he might be gay.
Luther?
Just based off of mannerisms, or he just may be one of them people that just don't have sex with nobody, and he all about his craft. Or because I mean, I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing: he ain't never have a sexual scandal.
But see, him, Luther, Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie and Keith Sweat. They're really my top three. I love R. Kelly. Y'all got me to see the light. I love him, but I'm just saying, what I listen to I can listen to every day of my life is those three. And
Lionel Richie, huh?
Penny Lover, all of it.
And so the sun, you are the
all
rain.
Of it. There's not one single song I heard that I'm like,
no, I got your love. You need to look no further.
And so when it comes to what's his name, Luther? Yeah, let me try to think now. He got this song with the guy.
Luther got a list.
Oh man, that's a list as long as hell.
Luther has you damn near might say shit. Could he almost be in the versus battle with R. Kelly and give up a decent fight?
Oh, man. Why you gotta do this to me, man?
Decent fight.
Wow.
That's when you look at Keith Sweat, Babyface. Oh yeah, Babyface. Forgot.
A decent fight. I think Luther could put up a decent fight.
Man, we gotta do this.
A decent.
And then on top of that, what makes it so funny? Hell, R. Kelly wrote and produced a song for Luther.
Yeah. But I really do think people talk about Michael Jackson, but he'll put up a decent fight.
Yeah, I like Zoom.
The person who put up the biggest fight would be Prince.
Yeah,
Prince
true.
will make it rough.
Man,
You
Prince
like,
wrote
oh
for pretty much
shit.
everybody too. He wrote for basically everybody.
Woo. Prince wrote for a lot of fucking people.
Oh hell yeah, a lot of people.
We should like this is something good for like a history class, like for just in our community, just get together kids and we have like lessons that we teach them. You know what I'm saying? Like teach them like
I mean,
the
Prince
grassroots.
was a child prodigy with music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Prince fucking had 19 instruments that he knew how to play.
I didn't know this. Yeah.
19 instruments. I mean, the boy was bad. He did everything. He sang the female notes, the male notes. Shit, Prince was crazy.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Prince is crazy talented, and the funny part about it, even with the way Prince dressed, Prince still pulls some of the baddest females you'd ever want to see.
Oh yeah. He basically had getting chick he wanted.
Females just wanted to be around him. Shit, because it's Prince.
Fortunately, Patrice Richardson was the only one he couldn't get though. The one he really wanted.
Miss Forgive Me Nots.
Yeah, she told him no. But yeah, that was the one she was the one he really wanted. That she honestly wanted to be with, but she told her no. So she told him no. Is what it is.
What it is about men that are tapped into their feminine side or whatever is we feel like they're going to love us, like they know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? To love on us, like they know. I'm just saying, like some people might think that I like gay men or something. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at a lot of these women that actually have gay friends, I don't have gay friends. You know what I'm saying? Not that I know of, and especially not gay male friends. But there are women out there that do, and a lot of them are secretly in love with him.
With their gay friend.
Yeah, and that's why you find. Like there was one video where there was a Facebook video where there was like this guy and the girl wrestling, and I was like, they want to have sex because the way they was doing it, you know what I'm saying? He was a man dressed as a woman.
What the hell?
And there's another situation where the guy was like, how'd your wife, how'd your kids and all that. Remember him? He married his best friend. So I'm just letting you know that we as women, Black women at that, we are very soft sides. I ain't gonna say very soft sides, but we are very feminine, very soft, very strong, all of that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We can be multifaceted with everything, cook, clean, take care of you sexually, all of these things, run a business, do all these things. And also I think that we need to get back to that, if you want to call it a Proverbs 31 woman or whatever, but you can look at some of these resumes of Caucasians and other nationalities, and they have degrees, bachelor degrees at minimum, and they've served in the armed forces, they've flew fighter jets, they have 4 kids, they're married. You know what I'm saying? All of that. And they'll run for office. You know what I'm saying? No, so I think as a people, what we have done is gotten away from, being just the best that we can be. If we focus on that in the beginning, but instead we're pushing out kids in the beginning, and that's because we're kind of continuing the cycle of not having a 2-parent household. You know what I'm saying? That hurt has moved into now even what we can call mainstream media, because YouTube is mainstream media. And now we have the Nick at Nights that are pushing out their agenda, the Tasha K's that are pushing out their agendas. And that's hurting.
You know what's crazy about Nick at Night? I like her content. I like her as a person because she's actually a throwback to what a real reporter and an unbiased person looks like.
Not with Nature Boy.
Huh?
And not with R. Kelly.
You know what? Let me tell you something. She was about to flip. She was
On
literally about to
Demetrius.
flip after the Demetrius Smith interview and all, and then once the flukiness started happening with Asriel, she was kind of like, "What the fuck is going on?" But Angelo and them got a hold of her and threatened her.
That's what she said. I don't believe that.
They had her kids and her mama and them.
They
And
doxed
Larry
her.
had their business
That's what
out.
she said.
Yes,
Yeah.
they apologized about it and all that out in the open. I heard it on the live.
But see, I think she's paid to say and do what she's doing. But that's just me coming from a female's perspective. Like, I was watching a little bit of her today on the Nature Boy, and I'm like, why is she's picking out pieces of these people's testimony that doesn't make sense. Like, I think that his people gave excellent testimony, but she's even picking at the way that the one lady dressed, like trying to call her Cleo, Miss Cleo or something. You know,
Hey, don't
she looked beautiful.
Don't do that because I sure been roasting Fannie Willis for having her dress on.
Oh, well, I'm saying I put in her.
Please don't say.
I put in her chat, but there you go, caked up makeup and a wig that looks old. So how are you gonna pick on this lady with no makeup? And she's beautiful, naturally beautiful. You know, but that's what she was picking on. You know what I'm saying? One thing I think that we're not looking at is what's going on in YouTube. And I know that U.S. African American men don't want to call it out, but you're the target. So if you were on the other side, this is what would be said about you. So all of you being different, you all sound different, right? A lot of you sound proper like me. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Thank you.
So, you know, we know in our community, we got different ones of us that speak differently, right? We even got people that stutter. I used to stutter. You know what I'm saying? I still have a list, but we got different people that do different things or come from different backgrounds, even within our own communities, even within our own families, right? We hope that we can all be on the same accord within our family, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to hear Ernesto talk and claim like, okay, he laughing too much. When I know someone just like, I know an Ernesto. I know someone just like him. Multiple people just like him. That's the way he talks. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with him kikiing. That's the way he, and if you, even with his case, you know what I'm saying? No one is simply reading the police reports. There's a lawyer, Pam, totally biased. So why can't we just simply comprehend, read stuff, and find out? Well, dang, he wasn't even the leaseholder. He wasn't the lessee. So how would they get him for rental fraud? He didn't sign no lease. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then how did the lessor, the landlord, even enter the house without a warrant? Bingo. How did the police enter the house without a warrant? No one's looking at that. They entered the house illegally.
Yep.
Absolutely. No one's looking at that. And you got black women tarnishing his name completely. And I don't trust Infamous Sylvie at all. Not with the R. Kelly case, not with all she did with Demetrius Smith, taking her daughter there and some other girl there. That needs to be talked about. Because if they did it in 2019, why did the Alice call the feds in 2015? Why would you call the feds to the Dolphin Hotel? Why didn't you call 911? Why did you call the police to begin with? You see what I'm saying? She was trying to there was conversation outside of those texts. She thought Adrel had gotten him to have sex with her. That's why she called the police.
Pretty much.
But at the same time, she called the police prematurely. And I think she did that on purpose because I think she really didn't want to get R. Kelly in trouble. So by the police coming out, Number one, they're gonna do a rape kit because it wasn't Azrael say so; it was her parents say so.
But then we get into her having a fake ID on deck.
Right, but I live in Polk County, and here you show. I'll pay you. Come here and show a fake ID. Come here and come here with no ID and give your real name and let them pull up your mugshot or whatever. Do that. No ID. I dare you. You going to jail. You going to jail. You can't come here and walk around without ID. You go to jail. You got to come across an officer that's nice and let you pass, but you have to have ID unless they don't change the laws. Here, you go to jail.
Because that's crazy. Like, how the hell was she able to pawn off a fake ID?
Come here. That's a lie. Okay, because she would have been arrested and she would have got in trouble for it, like gotten multiple charges behind that. And then they would have ran the number. And then you got to ask yourself.
So basically what you're telling me is that that was a real ID.
She never showed them ID. If she did, she had to show them the real ID. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, if the mother called the police under the entire guise that she was 17 years old, you really think the police is going to take Azrael's word for it?
Right.
They're going to run that ID.
I've almost been over that point to say that the Dolphin Hotel thing never even fucking happened.
No, it did, because the police were called, and she confirms it in that interview you just played. In fact, she called the feds first. And you got to understand, the feds, because she admits that, she is now admitting that our federal government
was it on the plot to set him up.
They aided and abetted in the attempted human trafficking of a minor.
Of a minor, in order
and
to
if you
try
look
to
up
set somebody
Florida
up.
statutes, even attempted human trafficking by the parent carries life imprisonment.
In order to attempt to set somebody up, it's the honeypot. I think I talked about it on a couple of lives or the last live.
Actually, it was the last one. It was the last one you talked about that.
It's the honeypot setup. It's crazy.
What's a honeypot?
Where okay, so Jeffrey Epstein, Epstein Island, and all of that shit. I feel like that he a lot of people ended their ass up over there under false pretenses. Some people liked the shit and went back. Some people ain't never went back no more.
Oh, you saying where Jeffrey Epstein had the candid cameras to catch these people?
Yeah, he's setting people up.
Yeah, so he can
blackmailing
government espionage. He was spying, blackmailing, and
he was getting political information.
He was sabotaging the stock market. Yes, he was the other half of that Ponzi scheme in 2008 with
it's about Madoff.
Yes. Yeah, but he detached himself from the company right before everything went down. And that's another thing you got to look at. If he supposedly died at 6:30 a.m. in prison, they serve breakfast, and in jail they serve breakfast between 3:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, they should be.
But they usually serve it around 4:30 in the morning. Jail and prison. Miss what's her name? Miss Sylvia. She just went to 3 different jails. I'm curious to know what time did they serve breakfast at those 3 different jails.
So I ain't really been into all of that, like having Miss Sylvia.
Okay, but I'm saying I just got that little piece of information from Wikipedia on him, the time that he died. So you can't tell someone like me, they found him dead at 6:30 a.m.
Oh wow!
You can't tell me that. And then you have to ask yourself, is he really dead? See, a man with that much power. And then you got Russia speaking on him. This one Russian was doing the rounds around YouTube. He was trying to get into the Kellz sector. I forget his name, but he tried to go on Infamous Sylvia's channel. He went on another lady's channel that was following the one case about the girl who passed away in Mexico. He was trying to get in because he know that Black people are running social media, right? In their minds, like they want our support because we support everybody, LGBT, all them. He want us to help them with Epstein. See, this is coming from Russia. Epstein was doing all this for power, not for just himself. You gotta understand, if they can crash, they tried to crash the entire stock market. They tried to crush the U.S. economy. So who would put him up to that? Why would he need that much power? Why would he want? Because he wants to cripple the U.S. What, you know? But I'm saying though, if you hand out those kind of loans, you already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You already know what's gonna happen. Eventually, they ain't gonna be able to pay their bills. Eventually, you're gonna have houses that are sitting there, and even to this day, there's still a house sitting there because you got other banks that have falsified the bank records, and they can't foreclose on the house because they done sold those bank notes to another bank with the wrong number. So like it'd be a situation like this: like you take out a loan of $50,000 on your house, right? And you get this loan from Bank of America. Okay, you default. So Bank of America sells your loan to US Bank. US Bank, they get the note thinking, oh, they finna get 90 grand, right? But Bank of America sells them the note for 50 grand. Or whatever you owe left. So they you know, their books are square. You know what I'm saying? They're good. Right. Bank of America is, but US Bank ain't. And US Bank will work for 12 years, decades, to get that house, to foreclose on it. But each time they go before the judge, no. And they have to get a hold of the homeowner, make the homeowner sign some paperwork. Don't sign nothing. They keep going before the judge. Nope. And how do I know this? Because I'm going into these records and I'm finding, okay, the reason you now owe property taxes on your house is because it is your house. The bank never foreclosed on it 12 years ago. They tried, but the bank said no. So they've been paying your property taxes all these years. Now, so what I need you to do, go back to your house, fix it up, pay your taxes, and then I need you to sue for quiet title. Meaning you're going to challenge anybody that says they got a stake in your house, that they have a lien on your house, and they ain't going to be able to say nothing because the judge already denied them. They falsified documents. Is Bank of America getting in trouble for the documents they falsified? Is US Bank going to sue them? See, these are things that I also find. They're crooks also. So as a people, if you see an abandoned house, research it. I can't say hire you a title company. I can't say hire you an attorney unless you in good with one. You know what I'm saying? You can say, okay, we're going into this together. You do me a favor, I do you a favor. You know what I'm saying? And you track down the owners of these properties and you get them to quit claim the deed to you. Now you can sue for quiet title, or you get them to sign over the warranty deed to you. You own the house free and clear. Or you can pay them, you know what I'm saying? Hey, how much you want for this house? I want 40 grand. I want 2 grand. You know? So there's so many different ways to get houses. So when people complain about abandoned houses, abandoned warehouses, abandoned churches and hospitals, I see that as opportunity. You know? And
fair enough.
But I'm going to drop off here because I know I talk too much.
You know what? You've enlightened us and given us some information, but I'm telling you what, I think that it may be time to go ahead and close the live out. Hey, Muse, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just listening.
You got anything to interject in here, man?
Not nothing.
You said not a Nathan, not a damn nutter. You sure? Hey J Rock, what about you, man?
Pretty much a no for me because hell, I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm about to fix me something to eat. So
Yeah, because I was thinking about frying some chicken a minute ago, and it's been a minute, and I don't know, I might have to cancel that. It's getting late. Well, I don't know. I'll catch y'all on the next go around, man. I really appreciate the love that has been shown tonight in the live in the chat and the you know what I'm saying, and the views and everything. So
Yeah, my PR came in the chat when I'm sorry I got that call. That was from the job. Yeah, but my PR boy, he came into the chat. Last name Ellis.
oh, he did?
Yeah, David Ellis.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he in there. He shouted out. He shouted me out. He text me and let me know.
You
Oh yeah,
three.
I think I pulled him up on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, he let me
I,
know. That's all I
I
want
just
to say.
want I just want to add that you three have always stood out. Provoked Thoughts, J Rock, and Muse. You guys, whatever you guys say, it always makes sense. It's like you're coming with a clear conscience, a clear heart, you know, and on everything you speak on. You know what I'm saying? And you're not, you're not saying things unless you know for fact. Like you want to know for fact, did he really sleep with this person at this age? You know what I'm saying? Is this marriage license real? That don't make. Why is there no signature? You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are not saying what I hear some people say. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say this man ever been with a minor. You know, someone that's underage if he hasn't legally. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the culture is, and
Right. And,
you
and then
know.
you got to think about it. I live in Indiana, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The age of consent in Indiana is 16 years old.
Yeah.
That is a ridiculous number, if you ask me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
No, it's good.
but then again, it's not.
It
But then
should be.
again, it's not.
Yeah. Because the
Cause you.
federal is 18. So I don't know why they don't use that federal as 18 like they did in this case and many other
I
cases
think I
across the
think
board.
that I think that what's really really interesting is I feel like that it should be up to. It's kind of weird.
But as a woman, that's around the age where we start to fall in love. I'm talking about real love, not what they call. I don't believe in the term puppy love. You know what I'm saying? And if
Mm-hmm.
you're with someone who's 10 years older, who's mature, he ain't gonna play around. You know what I'm saying? He's probably done enough of that, or, he sees you as something more precious, anyways.
Yeah,
Like,
it's amazing that we still got people coming into the live.
mm-hmm.
It is. What's going on, Sir Miguel? How you doing, bro?
So Miguel, what's up, Professor?
That's amazing. You know,
So
but Audra, I really do appreciate you because
Yeah, you're welcome.
you've been riding with me from the beginning since I created my channel.
Yeah, yeah, I pop in from time to time, and I really, really appreciate what y'all talk about. A lot of times I'm just in the chat, but I don't be having much to
You
say.
know what's interesting? I'll be honest with you. When it comes to me and what I try to do, I'm just true to. I'm true to myself, and I'm true to what I
Hmm.
know and what I see. I can't sit up here and just be cool
Yeah,
with everything that's going on in the world.
yeah. But
You
I
know,
wanted to make that known that about slavery, and that we're the ones funding all of this. Our tax dollars. We may not think we are because we don't make enough, but when you put all of our money together, we are.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
they're getting all of the tax base. They're getting their houses redone, rebuilt for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Do they even give us $100,000 on down payment assistance? 20,000 even? You know what I'm saying? So they want us broke. Look at what they're doing to us in the court system. Applies told us in a song. They've been telling us. But
The First Testament, Real Testament. That's why I always reference that album.
man, I'm trying to tell you.
People need to
Wise
go
is
back
from
and listen to
Florida.
the album and listen to him, man. They need
His
to go back
brother,
to that album and listen to it.
yeah, his brother was in the same prison as my cousin, the same federal prison, Coleman.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want us to wake up. Like when it comes to like my family, I'm making sure I add them as authorized users on my credit card. I'm making sure they build their credit. I don't care if they want to put gold teeth back in their mouth. They want to go get a Mercedes Benz. I don't care. But you got that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Where you can flip this credit, buy you some real estate, flip this credit, buy you some stock, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You could take that money. Now you got you some legitimate income. You could put you $3,000 on the stock, make you 25 grand real quick. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of stuff I try to do for people. You know what I'm saying? Even a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And and if we can continue to pass the message along, continue to, okay, I'm going to invest in our neighborhoods. I'm not going to move out. I know we love mansions. I know we love, you know what I'm saying? But we can do that in our own neighborhoods. You know, they do it in their neighborhoods. They got the school teacher living right next to Burt Reynolds, the judge. You know what I'm
Can I ask you a question?
saying?
Actually, this, and I want to see what your thoughts is as we close out here. I sent it to J Rock, and I mentioned it on the last live that my nephew got here. Do you recall the interview when Tupac had the white shirt on outside the court office? Then he had another short reel clip coming out of the courtroom. He had a light green, I think it was a cashmere dress coat he had on. Do you recall both of those interviews? Preferably the one with the white shirt on.
Mm, not per se, because I didn't watch it back then, but
Okay.
I do see clippings today. What did he say in it?
Okay. Go on YouTube and pull that up. I would like for you to go specifically to this guy from the UK. His YouTube channel is brain like your brain squeeze, like you squeeze an orange. Reaction, brain squeeze reaction. He does an intense breakdown because of his field that he works in, uh, of those interviews and amongst other interviews that Pac did. He analyzes music too, but preferably his interview.
Mhm.
I have, yes. Okay, sorry about that.
So he at the barber shop or something.
Pac said that it's a set of rules, and what he was speaking of, elitists, that that if you step out of what they consider the set of rules, then these domino effects is going to happen. The
Yeah.
things that he's led and he said about the case that he was dealing with ties into Mr. Kelly's case. The similarities are so
Yeah.
close that it's eerie and it's scary.
And that's the
And I think a
thing.
lot of people go over that and they listen, but they're not really
Mhm.
paying attention to what he
Yeah.
is saying.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's how they.
And I think that is something that if we think you look at it,
Yeah, that's
it
how they.
all makes sense of what's going on today.
That's why they wanted Nature Boy. He wasn't doing nothing wrong. I mean, if you really look at it, he wasn't doing nothing wrong. A lot of that stuff he was acting, but he had an audience. He had people joining and following him.
You
They
said
all
he was
had cell
acting?
phones. A
What part
lot
you
of
meant when you
times,
said he was acting?
like when they slap each other and he try to act like a pimp, all that.
No, I'm not
That's
talking about none. I'm talking about this
yeah.
particular interview
No,
when
yeah,
he was
I know.
coming out of courthouse for that particular charge of that rape case, what he was on trial for.
Right, I know
And
what you're
he
talking
got
about.
outside the
Tupac.
courtroom and
Yeah,
all the media was
right,
around him. I'm talking about what he was saying out of his forehead
right. That's
about
what I'm
how
trying to.
the government works and how they orchestrate when they have you on target. He was saying some things
Yeah,
that is actually being used today
right,
right in
and
front of our faces.
that's what I'm saying.
Mm.
Our celebrities, our rich and famous, our that are not so famous, but that are rich, that have skills, that are going to school for engineering. They can, they know the elements of the periodic table and all this. We have to invest in our own neighborhoods, meaning actually live in them, not be afraid of each other. You got to spread love and spread wealth. Like whatever I get, I need to at least share it with my family. They need to have equal that wealth. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take changing up some mindsets. You know what I'm saying? So when you have your community riding, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how I was raised. Everybody on the streets that we lived on, and still to this day, we still family. We still click. You know what I'm saying? So when you can have that, you should be able to go to your neighbors. You should be able to walk down and go in their house. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back to that. So when you have that, right? He left. Well, when you have that, you know what I'm saying? You got to do it in such a way, not like how particularly Nature Boy was doing it, which I understand why he had it do it that way. You know what I'm saying? I understand his concept and all of that. But what I'm saying, as a people, if you can't be rich and not be a target in this country, especially not to the level of an R. Kelly. R. Kelly is a Sony in himself. Okay? So you have to figure out a way to create a tribe, to create your, you know what I'm saying? You got to have an army. You know what I'm saying? And if not, you got to go to Africa and you still got to have an army. You got to be like Mugabe. They couldn't touch him. Y'all don't know. He they joined the Caucasian army and took their weapons and used their weapons against them and told them to get out. Caucasians bombed elementary schools, churches, and hospitals in Zimbabwe. Killed kids. Don't you know they said in this interview, the black men, the African men, they're telling us, don't you know if we bomb one of their schools, how they would act? You know what I'm saying? So we can't just go by what they're saying. He's a dictator, he's a terrorist, and all this and that, right? We have to go back and study what has worked. These men got educated. These men sound so educated out of Zimbabwe, like Malema out of South Africa. They are very educated. Okay. And even if Malema doesn't have a college degree, he's still, you know what I'm saying, learning, and he's putting himself forward in that manner. You know what I'm saying? But the men in Zimbabwe, for real, they even invited what's his name? Farrakhan over there, and they saw Farrakhan was with the bull. But if you study if you study what they were doing as much as I was studying it, you would see that they knew he was full of bull. But they still invited him because they knew he would get the views. He would get them the views. That's why Mugabe went to Harlem and spoke, because he knew he would get the views. He had the audience of Harlem, a city, New York, a city of 8 million. You know what I'm saying? They're getting the word out. The president that passed away, that was from Malawi. See, they want us to go to school, be engineers, get real education, right? And we can bring that back to Africa. So as a people here in the United States, we can't particularly do that because they can actually do exactly what Tupac said. So you don't want just one leader. You need everybody on one accord, like what they had in China. Oh, you're going to school for this. You know what I'm saying? So we have to entice our kids. I'm using the word entice. You know what I'm saying? Let's get you a tutor. Let's get you good at math so you can be able to do calculus. We need to get you excellent in reading and comprehension. You know what I'm saying? So now you'll be ready to get your bachelor's. Matter of fact, get your AA degree before you graduate from high school. And then you got 2 more years. You're a bachelor's in engineering, chemical engineering, financial engineering, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, so on and so forth. See, these are the companies riding around in the nice trucks, the work vans. You see what I'm saying? Making at least $800 a day per vehicle, right? So as a people, you know what I'm saying? We got to say, okay, trade school only takes 6 months, a year and a half, if that. At least start there. And as even us as, older adults, we can still go back to school. One of my aunt's friends, she's in her 60s. She's about to go back to school for, what are they, embalming, when you own a nursing home, a funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to own her own funeral home. She's worked for one for over 30 years.
Right.
So, and I know another guy, he went to be a lawyer after the age of 40. He's a lawyer now. He has a YouTube video, right, where he's going after, Grady Judd, essentially, right? So, as a people, you know what I'm saying, we can't be afraid to go to school. We may not want to, but if you look at the Caucasians that have money, they all at least have a bachelor's degree. We got to stop being afraid of school. That's one thing. Okay. But yeah, regarding what Tupac was saying, he's absolutely right. I know I'm a target regardless. I'm going to always be a target no matter who. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing is we have to be aware, and you have to put forth good, because when you put forth good, you're going to get back good. You will be protected. You know what I'm saying? Nobody won't be able to poison you, kill you. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? Everything we do, we got to think in terms of karma can come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying nothing can't happen to me, because it can. But at the same time, I'm not going to be afraid if they put me in a situation. I'm not going to be afraid. Okay. But even if I have to just sit down and be still, like Bruce Lee went into that room, there was no one there to fight. He had to just sit down, because he knew what he gonna do, lose all his energy. He got to be ready. You got to stay ready. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
that's all I want.
All right. Well, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and close this live, and I appreciate you, Audrey, for being up here and doing your thing for me.
I didn't mean to go this far, but I thank you too. And I looked up that brain squeeze reactions.
No problem. And I thank you for all the compliments about what we do, and we're gonna continue to do them. And anytime you want to come up and we can chop it up, I'll be greatly appreciated for it. Okay.
You're welcome. It was really that Nature Boy thing. That thing got my heart right now. I'm just
definitely. I understand. But you have a good night, and we're gonna go ahead and revisit this probably tomorrow night, maybe the next night. I'm not sure, but I'll be back on to give my best to y'all, and y'all have a good weekend. Okay.
Good night.
All right. Bye bye.